Greetings, Badger fans, and welcome to the Wisconsin Badger Football Dream Season, presented by American Family Insurance. Alongside Mike Lucas, I'm Matt LePay, and we will relive one of the classic games of Wisconsin football. And Luke, we just go back a few short years ago, September 3rd, 2016, Lambeau Field, the Badgers and the LSU Tigers. What a way to start a season.
It's a very special place for so many, especially the natives. And there are 55 players on a roster of about 114 who are from the state of Wisconsin. So it means a little bit more to them. In fact, Ryan Conley played his high school ball in Minnesota, but both of his parents are cheeseheads. This game is so big because of the magnitude of the venue that Paul Chryst felt it was necessary in April to hold a practice at Lambeau Field. I don't know if you'll ever be confused with Norman Dale, but it was a Hoosiers-like setting for Chryst to emphasize the field's 100 yards. 10 yards increments. It's like any other. 10-foot baskets. I remember Bart Houston telling me he kind of related to Ollie. Both wore the same number 13. So there was an impact there. I think it took some of the awe out of playing in this facility for all the players.
Yeah, there was all of that, what you said. And as you watch this game from 4 years ago, you are going to know that there is so much talent. Many of these guys, the Badgers, LSU too, for that matter, are playing right now in the National Football League. So a big-time game to start 2016 in the most glorious venue in the National Football League. The Badgers and the LSU Tigers. Kickoff is coming up.
The Madison Air Guards 115 Fighter Wing will be supporting today's game with a flyover of two F-16 fighter jets. Performing the national anthem today is Skylar Stecker. Skylar is the daughter of former Wisconsin and NFL running back Aaron Stecker, a Green Bay native. Skylar's song, Sweet Dreams, is now #1 on the Billboard dance chart. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please stand, remove your hats, and join Skylar Stecker in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the brave and the home of the brave.
They better get season tickets right now, because before long, they probably won't be able to.
Doubles into the end zone! Wisconsin wins the Rose Bowl!
Big Ten champion.
Rod Dane down the left sideline. And there it is!
You do not want him in your secondary.
Back-to-back Rose Bowl champions. Matt Shaver to Lee Evans. Ball is loose. Badgers have it.
Wisconsin Badgers are Big Ten champions. Caught by Duckworth. The Wisconsin Badgers are headed to Pasadena.
Coach Paulquist and the Wisconsin Badgers.
Okay, gentlemen, congratulations on playing in the first major college football game at a historic Lambeau Field. My name's Mike DeFee. I'm your referee today. This is Robert Richardson. He's your umpire. LSU, you're the visiting team. This is heads. This is tails. Tails. This is heads. What's your call? Tails. Tails is his call. It is tails. You won the toss. You want to defer your option. You want the football. Which end do you want to kick from? You're going to kick it this direction? Okay, step apart. LSU won the toss, deferred their option to the second half. Wisconsin will receive. Shake hands, gentlemen. Let's have a great game.
They are on their feet, 80,000 strong. As Gamble, the kicker, on the approach. And the kick is away, high end over end. It'll be in play. Jamerson right side at the 2. He is to the 5, the 10. Juke move across the 15 and thrown down just shy of the 20-yard line by Kevin Tolliver. Very good cornerback in that LSU secondary. And this season is underway. Badgers starting at their 19-yard line.
And to set Wisconsin up front from left to right, Ryan Ramczyk, who's the transfer from Stevens Point, getting his first start. Micah Capoy, Michael Dieter, Bo Benchwall, and Jacob Maxwell across the front.
And Bart Houston, the quarterback, the fifth-year senior out of Dublin, California. That's the Bay Area. And he finally gets his chance. Corey Clement is the tailback. Alec Ingold, the fullback. First play from scrimmage. Handoff Clement straight ahead across the 20-yard line. And Clement bangs his way up across the 25. Good-looking run on the first play from scrimmage. Corey Clement for about 7 to the 26-yard line in Badger territory.
A couple of years ago, Corey Clement had 15 carries for 45 yards and a touchdown against LSU. That was the MG3 game where Melvin Gordon had 140 yards, but very few yards in the second half.
Arden Key, an outside linebacker, in on the tackle for LSU, and Houston and the Badgers now have a 2nd and 3 at their own 26-yard line. Corey Clement, the lone running back. Houston under his center, Michael Dieter, takes the snap, gives to Clement, trying to break off to his left, slips a tackle. He'll drive forward, and he is very close to and probably does have the first down. That's good work by Clement, making a man miss. Turns nothing into something. That'll be a first down for the Badgers. They'll mark it just shy of the 30. We'll call it the 29.
Matt, Jazz Peavy missed his block on the safety, Jamal Adams, and that is the man he made miss, and that's one of the surer tacklers in the secondary for LSU.
Yeah, you're right. Adams is a terrific safety for the Tigers. First down for the Badgers at their own 29-yard line. A little more than a minute gone by. We are just getting started. Jazz Peavy, Rob Wheelwright. Double wide to the right. I-backs behind Houston. And again, a chance for Clement. Straight ahead across the 30-yard line. It gets covered up at the 31. Not much going on at the point of attack there. Kendall Beckwith, inside linebacker, getting in there quickly, along with Duke Riley. Two good inside linebackers. Riley played a lot of special teams in his career. The senior getting into the starting lineup now. Badgers have a 2nd and 8 at their own 31-yard line.
Beckwith was the second leading tackler for LSU last year. He's one of the better linebackers in the Southeast Conference.
Big Trevante Valentine in at nose tackle now for LSU, a 355-pounder. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right for the first time today. Houston now in the shotgun. 2nd and 8 for the Badgers at their own 31-yard line. Play clock is at 3, at 2. Got to go. Here's the snap. Houston the throw. Quick shot left side. Caught by Troy Fumagalli. 35 to the 40. And he is chopped down by Dante Jackson across the 40-yard line. They will mark at the 44. First down, Wisconsin. And that's what we expected to see. Maybe some short stuff early. Did Houston in rhythm. And that's exactly how you want to get it done.
There were so many components to the game, not the least of which was your starting quarterback that day, Bart Houston.
named after Bart Starr, the family big fan of the Hall of Fame quarterback. But it was his first start. And take us through a little bit how you helped prepare him for the game. And there were peaks and valleys, like there would always be, right? A couple turnovers in the game, but in the end, did what he needed to do and put your team in position to win. But what do you remember from just helping Bart get ready for that?
Especially when you're coming out of fall camp, and I don't know that necessarily the focus there was how do you get ready for this game? You're getting ready for the season, and then the game comes on you pretty quick, and then you earn the right to play, and you turn it loose, and I think at some point you got to trust this is why you're playing, and they've got to trust them. So I'm sure there was conversations about you got to trust yourself, and did some really good things in that game, and had a couple like every quarterback's going to have where you'd want them back, right? And yet I thought as a team we kind of played off each other, and came down all the way to the end, and made enough plays, and that was a great way to start that season.
Badgers break the huddle. 3rd and 4 from the 50. Wheelwright comes out tight to the right. Peavy to the left. Houston in the shotgun. Play clock is at 3, 2. And here's the snap to Houston. Tigers rush 4. Bart 1 pump, 2 pumps. Flush to his left. Trying to dart and dash. There's nowhere to go. As that pocket got tight, Arden Key helping force the issue. And Houston brought down a yard or two behind the line of scrimmage. They'll mark at the 48 of Wisconsin, and the Badgers are forced to punt on 4th and 6.
Well, he went through his progressions. We're talking about Bart Houston. He looked right first, came back to the left and found nobody open, then lost his footing in the backfield. Better to do that, take the sack, than throw an ill-advised ball downfield.
P.J. Rosowski will be punting here for Wisconsin. Tre'Davious White deep for the Tigers at the 10 of LSU. And the kick from Rosowski is end over end. Did not hit it well at all. And let's see where they mark it up along this left or near sideline. That was a shank. They're going to mark it at the 33. It looks like, or maybe near the 35 of LSU. They're still trying to get it organized.
I'm a little surprised. We were led to believe that Anthony Lottie, the true freshman, was going to be handling the punting today.
It was Rosowski, and they'll mark it at the 30 of LSU, and we have our first break in the action after a 22-yard punt. 10:28 left in the first quarter. We have no score at Lambeau. The Badgers and LSU. Back in a moment. This is Badger football from Lear Field.
The Wisconsin football dream season is presented by American Family Insurance. A special thanks to American Family Insurance for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Really like your backyard, man.
There's nothing to the east, so I can do this all day.
No, Patrick. East is that way.
Oh, man, that's not good.
With Hy-Vee Aisles Online, it's easy to order online and pick up everything you or your neighbors might need.
Sorry about your hot dogs. All right. It won't happen again.
Okay. Hy-Vee Aisles Online, convenient pickup, and we deliver too.
Joining us from the Northwoods of Wisconsin is Jet, today's Badger Kid presented by Odyssey Brands. Want to be a Badger Kid at a future Dream Season game? Visit uwbadgers.com/contests and sign up your child today. A special thanks to Odyssey Brands for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers. Enhance your Dream Season viewing and participate in an interactive second screen experience. Simply visit uwbadgers.com/live on your mobile device right now. Enjoy exclusive content, interactive games, and game day traditions. Plus, you can earn points for your participation and activity to win prizes. Best of all, it's free.
First possession now for LSU, going from our left to our right. Brandon Harris, the junior quarterback. Times very much maligned. The completion percentage low, 54% last year, but he only threw 6 interceptions, 13 touchdowns. He is a terrific dual threat talent. And he has the very talented Leonard Fournette in at tailback. John David Moore, the fullback. First and 10 for the Tigers. Toss to Fournette. Work on the left side. Not a lot there. Fournette for about 3 yards to the 33. It'll be 2nd down and 7. coming up for LSU, and a Badger defender is down and holding his right knee on the first play from scrimmage for the Wisconsin defense.
Jack, we go back to that game, and you guys defensively had some new faces, but you had the experienced guys too, and then you and Chris, inside linebackers, and then Chris Orr, the first snap, gets hurt, a knee injury, and Ryan Conley has to come in. I'm not sure how many of us outside the program, like the rest of us here, knew much about Ryan Conley. Do you remember a message maybe that you gave him, because he's coming in for play 2, what that experience was like?
Yeah, I remember it was obviously as a defense or a team, we were kind of shook seeing Chris on the ground and then being helped off the field. So we weren't really sure what his status was going to be, but we knew for at least a quarter, 2 quarters that Ryan was going to have to play. So when we were huddled up on the sideline before the series restarted, I guess, I just kind of looked at him and I was like, you went through camp too. Like you're prepared, and let's go have some fun. And we definitely did that. But it was definitely a hard fought game. And I think he and I both definitely grew as linebackers during that game.
Yeah, I know you were busy. I think I was calling your name a lot that day. I mean, that was your kind of game, though, right? I mean, 2 hard-nosed programs at the time. That seemed like it was just tailor-made for you.
Yeah, I remember when I was in high school, me and my dad we always watched the LSU Alabama game, and I don't know, something about LSU was they attract you. Like it's purple to gold, like down in the bayou. I have a lot of teammates, so maybe I've gotten a little brainwashed, but they're a program that you want to go toe to toe with. They're at that top tier program that you want to trade punches with. And yeah, you're right. That's the type of game that I would jump out of bed every morning for. Like that just gets me going.
I mean, you're a pro now, so that you're used to being in pro stadiums, but that day for you, being in Lambeau, and then the feeling when Dakota got the pick in the end, and you guys were going to win a game in a big-time atmosphere at Lambeau Field.
It was surreal, because like you take that student section from Camp Randall and you put it in the end zone at Lambeau, and it's steeper in Lambeau, so it's more of like a wall of red. So I remember I think third quarter when I had a gap blitz and I forced a fumble on a play action drop back, and I remember I look at that wall as it's like erupting, and it was the coolest thing ever. So after we won, and I was able to kind of like you drink it in, and you're able to look at the red in Lambeau was great. And then when we won and the game had finally concluded, we shook hands. I remember we all the linebackers all sought out Aranda, so we got to talk to him. But then once we realized we could go jump in it, it was you just had to kind of pick your spot. And as you jumped in, you kind of got drunk from the secondhand drunk from the student section,
What it's all about. Now, you got some LSU guys on your team down in Tampa Bay, including Leonard Fournette now. So will you let him know that you've had a good conversation about that game 4 years ago?
Yeah, no doubt. It's the anniversary, so it's only right.
Basically just trying to run a little read option, made the wrong read, and then great pursuit again, and guys staying in their lane, not falling for the first move, coming up, getting a little penetration, and then finishing the tackle, stopping the third down conversion.
Ethan Posic's considered to be one of the best centers in the Southeast Conference. T.J. Watt beat him and made the tackle.
Josh Groudon, a freshman punter from Australia. A little roll to the left. He's a left-footed punter, and he shanked it. Had a couple of poor punts early on as that goes sailing out of bounds to the LSU side of the field, and we'll see how far the officials will mark this up. Well, P.J. Rosowski had tough luck, a 22-yarder, and this is about the same. They'll mark at the 40-yard line of Wisconsin. That was a 23-yard punt, and we have a break in the action.
For the best online selection of Wisconsin Badger apparel and gifts, shop Bucky'sLockerRoom.com. From gear for men, women, and kids, to collectibles and accessories, even items for your home and office, at Bucky'sLockerRoom.com, there's something for every Badger fan. Shop now and take advantage of today's special offer. Bucky'sLockerRoom.com, the official online store of the Wisconsin Badgers.
The COVID-19 pandemic has created challenging and unprecedented times as we seek to remain a leader in every aspect of our department. Now more than ever is the time we need your support. please consider making a gift to help the Badgers continue raising trophies, developing student athletes that make us proud, and keep the world watching when we jump around.
Get up and get going. It's time to get your Fusion with the limited time offer. And well, let's just say more. Like Copilot 360, Bliss, lane keeping system, pre-collision assist, adaptive cruise control, Wi-Fi hotspot, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Whew, that's a lot. What are you waiting for? Get to your Ford dealer today. Right now, get Fusion with 0% financing for 66 months plus $3,000 cash back. Or lease one for just $199 a month. Hurry in.
.857 left in the first quarter. Wisconsin nothing, LSU nothing. Badgers will be on offense for the second time in this opening quarter, now beginning at the Badger 40-yard line.
Chris Orr is going back to the locker room, but he's walking on his own. I saw him do some deep knee bends, and is that a good sign, Tausch, or not? I don't know. I can't play doctor.
I actually, when I blew my knee, I walked off on the field.
All right.
So not to say anything else, but
I understand.
That's not a great precursor.
We'll alert our network stations. We'll take a station ID after this first play here as Bart Houston leads the Badger offense back onto the field. Rory Clement is the tailback for the Badger 40-yard line. Here's the handoff to Clement, trying to stretch to the left. He'll get to the edge. He's to the 45-yard line. He is brought down by the combo of Kendall Beckwith and Jamal Adams, inside linebacker and strong safety, respectively. That was a gain of 7, and let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. 10 for an ID. You're listening to Wisconsin football. Second down and 3 for the Badgers at their own 47-yard line. Double wide to the right as Houston will operate out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, and he will fake the handoff to Clement. Rolling right as Houston throws to the right. Caught by Wheelwright. Far side 35, and steps out of bounds for Davius White. Forces him out at the 32 of the far side. Well-executed play. Was again a very doable play there early for Bart Houston as he hooks up with Wheelwright for the first down connection.
Tausch, he had a 3-level read. He had Taylor deep. He had Wheelwright intermediate and Fumagalli short.
What I like there is you get him out of the pocket. It's a second and short, a run down, and you get him outside the pocket. You give him that easy read and really nice completion there, picking up the first down.
8 minutes left first quarter. 1st and 10 for the Badgers at the LSU 32-yard line. We are scoreless, but the Badgers are driving. This is the first scoring threat of the day. Single wide receiver to the left, eye backs, and a handoff to Austin Ramish, the fullback, crashing off the right side of the line, getting inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. While we're wondering about Chris Orr, let's get an injury update. Checking in with Patrick Herb.
As Mike mentioned, he's gone into the locker room. The official word from the Wisconsin training staff is that they're taking him in for just an evaluation because it's easier to evaluate in the locker room as opposed to a loud sideline. They're ruling him questionable right now, which maybe leaves some room for optimism. We'll have to kind of wait and hopefully get an update probably closer to halftime.
All right, Patrick, thanks much. Second down and 7 for the Badgers at the LSU 29-yard line. Jazz Peavy wide right, motions to the left. Clement the lone setback. Houston back under his center. Michael Dieter takes the snap, play fake, rolls right, throws right, bobbled and gathered by Eric Steff as he stayed with it. Short gain to the 27-yard line of LSU. Deshaun Bauer, outside linebacker, on the stop, and Wisconsin now has a 3rd and 5 at the LSU 27-yard line.
I like this a lot. Getting your quarterback, first start, big time atmosphere. Get him out, make him easy, comfortable throws, getting him out on just an easy naked there. Didn't pick up a ton, but that confidence will keep building.
Bart 3 for 3 here early on. 3 receivers left, 1 on the right. Magali, the tight end, motions to the formation on 3rd and 5 at the LSU 27. Shotgun snap to Houston, looks, pumps once, dances to his left. He'll try to run for it inside the 25, diving close to the first down marker. Not covered up, maybe just a touch short. Lewis Neal there. The Badgers need the 22. They're going to mark it at the 23 of LSU, and Paul Chryst says, let's do this. They're going to go for it. 4th and 1, Wisconsin at the LSU 23. 6:10 left in the first quarter. We have no score.
Nice little move by Houston to avoid the middle linebacker Beckwith to pick up an extra 2 yards.
I was wondering if he was trying to slide, and then he thought, oh, maybe I can juke this guy and try to pick up the first down.
Badgers last year were 6 of 8 on 4th down plays. 4th and 1 now. Inverted wishbone, and here's the handoff to Clement off the left side, and he is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Blew up at the point of attack. Kendall Beckwith got it started, got help from his friends as the Badgers are turned back on a 4th and 1 from the LSU 23. It turns into a loss of a yard, maybe 2, and the Tiger defense gets the stop, turning it back over to Brandon Harris and company. 5:46 left in the first quarter. We will keep it here. Still no score as LSU will start at its own 25-yard line.
There was no daylight for Clement, none.
There wasn't, but there was some good blocks. It just nobody got up on the middle linebacker. When you're running basically a power scheme, you pull the right guard, you're already on short yardage. You want to go get vertical quick. That was not there. And Beckwith went in, got behind the line of scrimmage, and made a nice play behind it to not get the first down conversion for Wisconsin.
So the Badgers miss on their first scoring threat of the afternoon. Tigers come out double wide to the left. Fournette is the running back. Harris under his center. On the LSU 25-yard line, 1st and 10.
Chris Orr went on to become not just a really good football player who's working to make it in the NFL now, but a popular guy, a go-to guy. And Luke, he gets hurt first snap of the game for the Wisconsin defense, which is that's the worst case scenario. I'm sure not many people outside the program knew anything about Ryan Conley. Coaches did, and by the end of the day, everybody knew about Ryan Conley.
And the thing about it, too, it happened so quickly for Orr to be injured that Conley said afterwards that he didn't have enough time to really get nervous. He didn't feel that anxiety taking the field because he couldn't afford to. He had to focus on his assignment. And as soon as he stepped into the defensive huddle, Jack Sitchy went over to him and said, trust your instincts. Just play the game and have fun. On the first snap after the injury, Sitchy took out the lead blocker, the fullback, and Ryan Conley was able to push Fournette out of bounds. And he said that relaxed him. That got him up to speed immediately.
Yeah, made a lot of big plays in that game, and Ryan Conley, one of many, looking to carve a niche right now in the NFL.
Just reminded him that if you stand up a lot in the middle of the field, you're going to get hit. A little pop right after the pass was dropped.
5:38 left first quarter. No score, Wisconsin and LSU. Tigers have a 3rd and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Brandon Harris getting his offense organized. Sean Smith, a tight end, enters the game. Lines up off the right wing. Play clock is at 3, 2, 1, and the snap to Harris out of the shotgun. Back to throw. Under pressure. Chased to his left by Sheehy. Throws it up in the air, and it's incomplete. Wide of the target. And that target was Malachi Dupree again at the 45-yard line. That was some good heat put on by the Badgers and Sheehy specifically, and it's 3 and out for the LSU offense.
I like that. Vince Beagle uses an inside move, and there, he beats Fournette across his face. Sheehy does a great job of getting out to contain the quarterback, because when your end comes in like that, you give running lanes for the quarterback, and there was a receiver open, so really good hustle there by Connor Sheehy.
Josh Groudon on the punt for LSU. Jazz Peavy deep for the Badgers at the Wisconsin 30-yard line. 5.5 minutes left in a scoreless first quarter. A little rugby roll to the left, and Groudon's kick in the air, and it hangs up in the air. Peavy the fair catch. He'll secure it just inside the 35-yard line. Peavy looked like he might have been brushed a little bit. That got the reaction from the crowd. With no flag thrown, that was a 41-yard punt, and we have a break in the action.
Under Armour is proud to outfit the Wisconsin Badgers in the world's most innovative footwear, uniforms, and training gear. To see Under Armour's full range of performance gear, go online at UA.com.
Some see a grilled cheese sandwich and ask why. I see a new kitchen with a grill and ask why not.
I really need to start adding less to cart and more to savings.
Sitting on this couch so long made me want to make some changes, starting with this couch.
Yeah, I need a house with a different view. And this is the bank that will help you do it all. Because at U.S. Bank, our people are dedicated to turning your new inspiration into your next pursuit.
Badger families are everywhere. Today we salute Tim, Pam, Tyler, and Ethan Strandley of Stoughton. Today's Family of the Game, presented by Kohl's. A special thanks to Kohl's for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Badgers will come out double wide to the left with Jazz Peavy and Rob Wheelwright. First career start at quarterback for Bart Houston, and the Badgers starting now at their 34-yard line. Eric Steffes, the tight end, flips to the left side of the formation. Play fake Houston. Back to throw. Looks, shoots it deep to the left side, and that's over everybody. Wheelwright out there. Peavy as well, intended for Wheelwright at the LSU 40 of the near side. Good coverage from Jamal Adams there, and if you're going to overthrow one, that's a good spot to do it. Nice and safe. If your guy's not going to get it, no one will. 2nd and 10 for the Badgers.
And nice full max protection there. You pulled the guard, you had a running back stay in. Just an easy, one through read. And like Matt just said, if you're going to miss the throw, miss it deep. No harm, no foul.
George Rushing in the game, comes out wide left. Peavy slot left, Wheelwright to the right. Houston in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands to Ogunbowale, working to the left, 35-yard line, and turns it up to the 38. Duke Riley, inside linebacker, a junior, on the tackle for LSU. That's a gain of 4 for Dario Ogunbowale, and now LSU with a man down, Jamal Adams. Maybe it's just to get his shoe back on. It looked like he might have been cramping. I think it's more of a blown tire. So he will stay in the game. The Badgers have a 3rd down and 6, just shy of their own 38-yard line. 4:48 and counting left in this scoreless first quarter. Rushing and Peavy out to the right, Wheelwright to the left. Houston back in the shotgun. Ogunbowale to the left of the quarterback. Snap to Houston, back to throw, has time, fires it to the left, and it is caught. Laying out was Wheelwright with a diving catch at the 49 of LSU. Tolliver on the coverage, but Wheelwright looked like he tripped up, but got enough space and was able to lay out and make the catch.
Gosh, they played a little game up front. Their defensive line and rush and a stud. Badgers picked it up, though, and Houston was able to sit back in the pocket and find his receiver. Even though the throw was a little bit long, this is what Wheelwright does extremely well, uses athleticism.
Great catch, and again, left another guy in to help with the tackles. The tight end stayed in to give a little chip to help solidify the protection.
From the LSU 49-yard line, 1st and 10, and the handoff to Clement, trying the left side, and he gets popped quickly. A yard, maybe 2 on the game for Corey Clement. He's getting in there defensively for LSU is DeAndre Clark, defensive lineman, and Devon Godshaw, also a D lineman. He lost his hat. He's going to come out for a play. Is coming in for him now is Rashard Lawrence. So a gain of a couple, or maybe 1, we'll call it, to the 48 of LSU. 2nd and 9 for the Badgers. We have 3:50 left in the first quarter. No score. Houston will work in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 left. The fullback Ramish wide to the right. Ogunbowale in the backfield with Houston. Takes the snap. Quick shot right side. Caught by Rushing. Inside the 45. Slips a tackle and now brought down near the 40-yard line of LSU. That was Adams on the stop for the Tigers out of the secondary. And a 3rd and short coming up for Wisconsin. 3rd and 1 at the LSU 40.
Rushing's really solidified himself as that number 3 receiver behind Wheelwright and Peavy. I mean, this matches his total catches from last year. 1.
We talk a lot about getting a quarterback into a rhythm. You also want to get your offensive line into a rhythm, build some confidence. These quick throws, getting the ball out of the hand quickly, continues to build the confidence for these guys up front.
3rd and 1 for the Badgers at the LSU 40-yard line. 3 minutes left first quarter, no score. High backs, handoff Clement. He gets the first down and a little bit more. Fights his way to the 35 of LSU. Dwayne Thomas, safety, in that LSU secondary on the stop. They need 1. The Badgers get 5. Another first down at the LSU 35-yard line.
I love that play, and not only because it was successful, but it was a quick count, hit it hard right away. Don't waste any time in the backfield.
Vertical, getting up and down the
Yes.
field. I do want Corey Clement there. Ball was out wide there, and when you're in traffic like that, he had it out there, just asking these LSU linemen to try to strip the ball. I'd like to see a little more ball security through the hole there.
Taiwan Deal now in a tailback for Wisconsin. Double wide to the left. First down. Penalty marker flies. LSU jumped, and I think contact was made there pre-snap. There's Big 12 officiating crew on it, and here is the call.
Offside. Defense. Number 55. Contact in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's the nose tackle Trevante Valentine, and that's the voice of referee Mike DeFee, and the Badgers have a 1st and 5 at the LSU 30-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Mike DeFee, the ref, he's got Ed Hockley arms. He is
jacked
up.
He's got the pipes.
He was doing curls before we came out for the coin
I'm
toss.
sure he was. 1st and 5 from the LSU 30. Jazz Peavy wide left, motions to the formation. Houston a play fake, back to throw, has time. Now the pocket starts to close. Houston off to his right, high pass, and it's incomplete. Intended for Peavy at the 20-yard line. Tre'Davious White over there on the coverage. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Badgers at the LSU 30-yard line.
He had a couple of receivers in that area of the field. I believe it was the tight end as well. He's forced out of the pocket. One thing about Bard, he doesn't throw anything slow. It's all fast. He throws the number 1 fastball, right?
Yes, good velo on the fastball. Deal stays in the game to the left of Houston in the shotgun. Double wide to the left. 2nd and 5 for the Badgers from the LSU 30-yard line. 2:03 left first quarter. Houston again to throw. Right side pass caught by Troy Fumagalli inside the 25-yard line. Forced out of bounds near the 20 of LSU by the freshman outside linebacker Michael Divinity. They'll mark at the 22 of the Tigers. And the Badgers again on the move. Nothing to show for it yet. But a lot of snaps on the LSU side of the 50. And the Badgers get right back on the ball. A little pace offense now. 1st and 10 Wisconsin at the LSU 22-yard line. Houston will give it to Deal, cutting to his left, and he is cut down at the 20-yard line. Gain of a couple for Taiwan Deal. That was Devon Gottschall getting in there off the Tigers' D line. 2nd down and 8 for the Badgers.
You have to feel good about Bart Houston's rhythm so far. That last throw to Fumagalli, 5 steps, ball comes out of his hand right where it's supposed to. And I like this tempo. When you have a big defensive line like LSU has and you're trying to rotate guys through, nothing tires out a D-line more than when you get that tempo, get up on the line and go on quick counts.
2nd down and 8 for the Badgers at the LSU 30-yard line. Wheelwright comes out to the left. Peavy tight to the right. Clement back in the game at running back. Houston in the shotgun. Snap to Houston. Back to throw. Has time. Tigers bringing 3. Now Houston in some trouble. Gets away from traffic to the 20. Houston the 15. And Houston down near the 10. It'll be a 1st down for Wisconsin. The scrambling Bart Houston running for the 1st down. They'll mark at the 11 of LSU. Badgers into the Case IH red zone. 1st and 10 at the Tigers' 11-yard line with 1:02 left in the first quarter.
3-man pressure. That's why Houston had so much time to look around. Then when he decided everybody was covered, he just put his head down. We don't have real sample size on Bart Houston, the running back, because he hasn't played here very much. But he did run an option offense in high school.
Pretty nice juke again in the pocket, and you're seeing a little bit of that tempo wearing on these guys. That was a really slow rush by the 3 that did come.
Play number 11 on the drive for the Badgers at the LSU 11. Handoff Clement off the right side, inside the 10, cut down at about the 7 of LSU. Corey Clement gaining about 4. It'll be a 2nd down coming up for Wisconsin. They mark at the 7 to make it 2nd down and 6. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. The Badgers don't have to run a play. Let's see what Paul Chryst decides to do.
Badgers pull their left guard Dietzen. Leading interference was the fullback Ramish.
The Badgers will go ahead and let time run down. Good first quarter for Wisconsin. Looking to get on the board. They had a threat turned back earlier in this quarter, and they are threatening now as the first quarter will move to the second.
When you meet someone for the first time, how do you describe yourself? You tell them your name, you tell them where you're from. How do you tell them who you are, what you're made of? You tell them you're a Badger. You tell them where home is. You tell them about our family. You tell them it's not just about a school or a city or a team. Being a Badger is so much more than that. We believe success comes from hard work. We don't do shortcuts. We sweat We have grit, we push, we help each other, and we always do it together. We live for the moments when the whole world is watching and we get to play. We're tough, we're fast, and we never, ever quit. We battle and we win championships. We love to get together, and when we do, it usually gets a little loud, a little rowdy, but damn, is it fun. We cheer, we sing, we jump around, we play 5 quarters. We have early mornings and we have some late nights. And then we wake up and we do it all over again. We know it's a challenge to get here, and we know it's an accomplishment to succeed here. We dream, we discover, we grow, we give back, and we achieve. We create our own future, and we go pro in everything. We may leave this awesome place, but this place, it never leaves us. We inspire, we become legends, we go all pro in whatever we do. We run boardrooms, and we change the world. So the next time you meet someone new, tell them you're a Wisconsin Badger, and be damn proud of it.
Two receivers left, rushing and PV, wheel right to the right. Ogunbowale, the running back, and out of the shotgun, Ogunbowale gets the handoff from Bart Houston, and Dare runs it inside the 5 to about the 4. Greg Gilmore, the nose tackle on the stop, and the Badgers now looking at a 3rd down. They'll mark at the 5 of LSU. 3rd down and 4 for a first down for Wisconsin. Badgers missed on a 4th and 1 in the first quarter at the LSU 23. They have a 3rd and 4 now at the LSU 5. George rushing wide left, PV slot left, wheel right to the right. Houston in the shotgun. Ogunbowale will motion out wide to the right. Empty backfield now. And movement up front. Ryan Ramczyk, the left tackle, coming out of his stance a bit early, and that will draw the penalty marker, and that will cost Wisconsin 5 yards.
You get a little excited. You're down there. It's a 3rd and 5, and you're playing against a good player. That stuff happens. Now it makes it a lot tougher to try to make this conversion.
Well, it changes your play call. So Peniston replacing rushing in the huddle.
3rd down and 9 for the Badgers at the LSU 10. Opening minutes, 2nd quarter, no score here at Lambeau Field. Wisconsin versus LSU. PV wide lefts, wheel right, slot lefts. Houston in the gun. Ogunbowale to the left of the quarterback. Mark takes the snap, back to throw, looks, throws right side, end zone, and it's intercepted. In the end zone by Ricky Jefferson. It was intended for Kyle Peniston, about 5 yards deep, right side of the end zone. And Jefferson, a senior safety, comes up with the interception, and the Badgers now have missed on 2 scoring opportunities early in this game, and we have a timeout on the field. Brandon Harris, the quarterback, back to throw off the play fake, has time, winds up, throws it deep to the right side, and a pass interference penalty is coming up. It was intended for Traven Durrell, but he got held up literally on the play. That was Derek Tyndall, I believe, over there for Wisconsin. And the penalty coming up here against the Badgers.
We can go back to the interception by Houston in the end zone. He was looking at Peniston all the way, but he brought the coverage to Peniston. There were 3 defenders around Wisconsin's tight end, including the linebacker Divinity, who had dropped into coverage. Just a poor read and execution, bad decision by Houston. We saw that twice at Illinois last year, where he played extremely well, but was guilty of 2 red zone turnovers.
Yeah, the red zone, everything happens quicker, and if you don't get your eyes and move the safeties, they have not as much room to cover, and there was an example of a poor decision by Bart Houston.
So the hold gives LSU a fresh set of downs at the Tigers' 30-yard line, 1st and 10. High backs, and the handoff to Fournette off the left side, slips through 1 defender, and he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the 35-yard line on the near side. Ryan Conley, inside linebacker, forcing the play. Gain of 5 for Fournette. Conley in there for Chris Orr, who was injured on the first play from scrimmage for the Badgers defense. The issue they are evaluating right now. LSU right back on the ball on 2nd down and 5. Fournette again over the right side, gets the first down across the 40-yard line, lowers the pads, and he'll drive it up to the 44-yard line. Gain of 9 and a first down for LSU.
That's really the strength of Fournette. He's downhill between the hash marks. That's where he's the best.
Yeah, and you don't want to see him get into a big rhythm either. That last run, he bounced out the fullback. Moore did a great job taking 2 out, and that run there was vintage Fournette. Quick and through the hole.
Double wide to the left. 1st and 10 Tigers. Their own 44-yard line. Play fake. Harris back to throw. Has lots of time. Dancing around. Moves off to his right. One pump. Now throws right seam, and that's caught in Wisconsin territory. Inside the 45 of the Badgers. That's Traven Dural on the catch. Derek Tyndall on the coverage. They'll mark at the 41 of Wisconsin as LSU putting together its first threat of the ball game.
No pass rush there. Really good protection.
Tigers right back on the ball. Hand off to Fournette over the right side, and he'll get a couple of yards. It's about it inside the 40 to the 39 of Wisconsin. Vince Beagle there defensively for the Badgers. Gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. Actually gain of 1, we'll call it, just inside the 40 of Wisconsin.
Both teams really playing with fast tempo. We can't even get our thoughts out here quick enough. But LSU's doing the same thing as Wisconsin now, trying to get it. Of course, now they slow it down, but quick tempo again with the defenses. Their first time out, trying to really start wearing on this Wisconsin defense.
Getting that turnover and then the subsequent penalty has kind of sparked this offense for LSU.
2.5 minutes gone by. 2nd quarter, no score. 2nd down and a long 8. We'll call it the 39 of Wisconsin. Hand off to Fournette. Not much happening. T.J. Watt getting in there first. Getting some inside help from his friends. They'll spot the ball at the 38-yard line of Wisconsin. So the Tigers now with a 3rd down and a long 7.
T.J. Watt won the battle against the tight end, Colin Cheater. We should point out that LSU's got new tackles. That was part of their graduation losses, so they're a little bit untested on the outside.
The left tackle is K.J. Malone, the son of Carl Malone, the mailman. 3rd down and 7, LSU at the Badger 38-yard line. Harris will work out of the shotgun. Tigers 0 for 2 so far on 3rd down. And Harris fakes the handoff. Pockets tight. Harris is down. He goes. Trying to get away, but he lost his hat. Play is dead. You lose your helmet, you're done. And the Badger defense getting the heat on the quarterback, Brandon Harris. They'll mark at the 47 of Wisconsin.
First thing I question is whether Alec James got a part of the face mask to pull that helmet off or not. Take another look at it. Couldn't tell.
Well, it wasn't called, so it obviously didn't happen. Really great just pursuit and finish. The initial rush was stopped. It forced the step up, and everybody just swarming, getting the helmet off and getting off the field.
Good work by Alec James. So the LSU drive stalls. On the punt for the Badger 47-yard line. Josh Groudon with the kick in the air, end over end. Jazz Peavy with the fair catch signal. He'll make it at the 11-yard line in Wisconsin territory. Defensive duel here so far, 36-yard punt. And now we have a break in the action with 11:06 left in the first half. Wisconsin nothing, LSU nothing for our network stations. This is first half break number 5. First half break number 5. Back in a moment. This is Badger football from Learfield.
The Wisconsin football dream season is presented by American Family Insurance. A special thanks to American Family Insurance for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
About this car since you were 8 policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Bring the tailgate to your table with Johnsonville Brats, Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza, Old Dutch Tortilla Chips, and Dutch Crunch Potato Chips. Sure make hot dogs, Texas Roadhouse Peanuts, and Pepsi, the official tailgating products of the Wisconsin football dream season.
Enhance your dream season viewing and participate in an interactive second screen experience. Simply visit uwbadgers.com/live on your mobile device right now. Enjoy exclusive content, interactive games, and game day traditions. Plus, you can earn points for your participation and activity to win prizes. Best of all, it's free.
Get up! It's time to dance with Bucky, presented by Hy-Vee.
It's tricky to rock around, right on time. It's tricky.
Way to move it, Badger fans. A special thanks to Hy-Vee for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
If you're wondering, the Badgers are utilizing a tag team at left guard with Micah Kapoy and John Dietzen. You'll see both of them and have seen both of them thus far in the first half.
Kapoy is the left guard right now. Clement is the lone running back. Pair of freshman receivers wide to the right. Quintez Cephas and A.J. Taylor. Houston back to throw. Swings to left. That's caught by Troy Fumagalli at the 10-yard line to the 15. He runs over Kevin Tolliver, the cornerback, as Fumagalli steamrolls his way to a first down at the 23-yard line of Wisconsin.
And Tolliver did a heck of a job to avoid the block to get in position to make the stop. But you saw Fumagalli's not afraid to lower his shoulder.
Yeah, Tolliver got around the center, Michael Dieter.
Love that play call when you're trying to slow a pass rush up. They want to scream up there, get the ball. Nicely designed play. And if Dieter was able to make that block, probably even a little bit more chunk yardage.
Cephas and Taylor, the freshman receivers, double wide to the right. On first down, here's the handoff to Corey Clement, trying to work the left side across the 25-yard line to about the 26 or 27-yard line, going into the teeth of the LSU defense. They will mark at the 27 of LSU on a gain of 4, second down and 6 for Wisconsin.
It looked ugly. There wasn't a big gaping hole, just a hard, nice job of combination blocks with Dieter and with Kapoy. Just doing a little bit. 4 yards is a great first down play here, getting you in a manageable second down.
Rob Wheelwright back in there, comes out wide to the left. Jazz Peavy slot right. Austin Ramage wide right out of the shotgun. Houston. Quick shot right side. Peavy the catch across the 30-yard line. Jamal Adams will take Peavy down at the 31 of Wisconsin. Gain of 4 more. And the Badgers have a 3rd and 2 at their own 31-yard line. 9:45 left in the second quarter. Badgers and LSU, no score.
And to stay in manageable third downs, obviously you want to do that in every game. But when you're playing a team, when you, not to say you fear their pass rush, but you don't want big plays to happen on 3rd and longs. So staying in these 3rd and shorts, critical to success today for Wisconsin.
Badgers 2 of 5 so far on 3rd down. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Now they'll do a little pre-snap shifting as Austin Ramish into the backfield. Fumagalli, the tight end, motions out slot to the left. Houston, a roll to the left, and play is stopped. And the timeout was taken by Wisconsin. The play clock was winding down. Badgers using a timeout. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Shotgun snap to Houston. Looking, pockets tight. Bart's going to have to tuck it and run. Penalty marker down. Houston across the 35 to the 36-yard line, but the flag in the area of holding.
What do you remember, Bart, about the week leading up to that? You won the job. And like what a way to start. You're going to play LSU at Lambeau Field. What was that like? How were the nerves in the days leading up to that game?
I mean, nerves were definitely there. My main focus was obviously on LSU and prepping for them. It's 4 years ago or something like that. So, it's all going to sound pretty good. But, focusing on LSU. But, the one thing that I was really focused on was making my dad proud. He's the one who named me after Bart Starr and made this story up like 20 years ago or whatever.
But it was great. It was the kind of thing that people in our business, we just jump all over. It's just too good to pass.
Exactly.
Off, right?
You can't make it up.
Can't make it up. That's for now. It was also well documented. I mean, when you were here, there were a couple coaching changes, and transfers have become more and more commonplace in intercollegiate athletics. And you were asked about it, probably by media, probably by people across campus. What kept you? I mean, it obviously has worked out, which is wonderful. Worked out for the Badgers and worked out for Bart. But what kept you here? Because you probably could have had some options.
I definitely looked around. Throughout the 4 years where I wasn't playing, there was turmoil, and I wanted to play just like every other collegiate athlete. But what kept me here was that this was my second home. I live in Sun Prairie now, and I haven't left, so this definitely is my new home. I couldn't walk away from the program. I really bought into being a Badger.
On the far side, the cornerback Kevin Tolliver on the coverage, and the Badgers and P.J. Rozowski punting from deep in Wisconsin territory.
It's a big point in this half as far as momentum and more so field position now for LSU. Tigers have an awfully good punt returner in Tre'Davious White.
Nice job picking up the stunts. LSU ran both TEs where the tackle comes in, the end comes around. Nice job picking it up, and a nice play by Peavy to tip that ball because LSU's DB had made a really nice break on that pass.
Wazowski steps up, pressure light, kick is in the air, he hit it well. Tre'Davious White will wait for it. He'll catch at the 34 across the 35-yard line, and that's about it. Good punt coverage from Wisconsin. That was Beagle helping lead the charge and then getting some assistance along the way. And Mike is right, though, talking about Tre'Davious White, an excellent punt return man, brought one back for a score against Syracuse last season. LSU will start at its 36-yard line. 8:33 left in the half. Still no score. The Badgers and the Tigers. That was a 49-yard punt from P.J. Wazowski, redshirt sophomore out of Stoughton, Wisconsin.
That's a good bounce back by Wazowski after shanking his first attempt.
Pretty nice play by Vince Beagle on the punt coverage, which a lot of times you wouldn't think that he'd be out there doing it. Nice done.
A lot of the starters volunteer for special teams.
DJ Chark will come out wide to the left. He scored on a jet sweep in the bowl game. Keep that in mind. Darius Geis slot to the left. Geis will go in motion, and they will give it to Geis running off the right side.
Oh!
The ball's knocked out. Sheehy trying to pounce. The Badgers will have it just outside the 36-yard line of LSU. And there's the first turnover the Badger defense forces here this afternoon.
Who was calling ball in the booth? Was it Utausch or Mike Heller?
Mike Heller did it, I think.
That's what I thought. It was just sitting there. It looked like no one saw it initially.
That was Leo Musso forcing it out. And yet Sheehy and Chikwe Obasi both there to pounce. And now the Badgers have a big chance, 1st and 10 at the LSU 36-yard line.
That's why you hear these defensive line coaches preaching, chase the ball. Even though 99% of the time nothing comes of it, great instincts there and 2 defensive linemen to cover it.
Alec Ingold, Corey Clement in the I formation behind the quarterback Bart Houston. Houston takes, drops the throw. Pressure from Arden Key, a throw over the middle, and that is almost intercepted. A diving attempt by Jamal Adams. Houston got belted by Arden Key right at the point of release, and that was nearly picked, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Badgers at the LSU 36.
Well, there's no question Key is their best pass rusher, and he was able to dance around Ingold to pressure Houston, who just overshot his receiver a little bit.
It's a big ask. You're doing a slide protection. You're sliding the entire offensive line to the left, and you're putting a fullback on their best pass rusher. Not a great matchup.
Houston back in the shotgun. George rushing wide to the right, motions to the formation. Ogunbowale in the backfield. A handoff to Ogunbowale, trying to dart and dash to the 35, trying to cut outside. LSU having none of it. Duke Riley, one of the inside linebackers on the stop. Ogunbowale taken down at the 32 of LSU. That's a gain of 4, and the Badgers have a 3rd down and 6. We have 8 minutes left in the first half of play. Still no score, Wisconsin and LSU.
Going back to the lost fumble by Geis, that's a rarity for the Tigers. They lost only 4 fumbles last season.
Yeah, they had just 10 turnovers total. Badgers trying to convert. Peavy comes out wide to the left. Wheelwright slot to the left. Ogunbowale stays into the game. He is to the left of Houston, working out of the shotgun at the LSU 32-yard line. Snap to Houston, 4-man rush, right side pass. That is caught, and a 1st down. Troy Fumagalli able to curl toward the boundary on the near side, inside the 25, and down to the 22-yard line. Houston to Fumagalli, the 1st down connection.
If we're going to nominate a star of the first half, it would have to be Wisconsin's tight end, Troy Fumagalli. He's made some plays. He was isolated on the safety. Ricky Jefferson got to the boundary, pushed forward for extra yardage.
Great throw, too. Timing again. When the ball can come out after, when the step hits, the 5th step hits the ground, great throw away from the defender. Nice play by Fumagalli.
4 catches for Fumagalli today. 1st down handoff, Corey Clement, little stop and go inside the 20-yard line, and he'll pop his way to about the 18 on a gain of 4. Arden Key, Duke Riley getting involved defensively for LSU. But still a 4-yard gain. Mark talked about it. You're staying normal, as coaches like to say, 2nd and 6.
And you don't see a lot of penetration. There's not a big push, but you're getting guys covered up front. You're getting up to the 2nd level, allowing Clement to at least get a couple of yards, and then he burrowed through and picked up 2 more to stay in a normal down and distance.
Badgers back into the Case IH red zone. 2nd down and 6 at the LSU 18-yard line. Double wide to the right. 6:30 left in the half. Badgers threatening in a scoreless game. Houston takes, and a handoff to the fullback, Austin Ramish, and he rams his way to a first down. Oh my goodness, bulldozing people. Austin Ramish gets 7 to the 11 of LSU. First down, Wisconsin.
Oh, Ramish got his first career carry in the first quarter, and now proving that he's not bad as a running back. Paul Chris likes to give him some more sugar. His second career rush for a first down.
Great job by left guard John Dietzen. Got up on that second level. When you have a quick hitter like that, immediately got up there, covered his man up, and allowed Ramish to pick up those yards.
Ramish the fullback, Clement the tailback from the LSU 11. First and 10, Wisconsin. Hand off to Clement, trying to break off to the left. He's inside the 10, breaks a tackle. Clement fighting his way near the 5-yard line. An angry-looking run from Corey Clement. And he'll get 5 yards out of it to the 6 of LSU. Second down and 5 for the Badgers.
Just bounces it outside, breaks a couple of tackles along the way. We saw that typical run like that against Southern Cal in the bowl game last year, where he uses great football instincts and strength. This guy's cut.
Kept his feet moving in the hole, and that allowed him to continue to burst up and finish that run strong.
Second and 5 for the Badgers at the LSU 6-yard line. Wheel right, wide to the right, inverted wishbone behind Houston, and a mix-up, and Houston keeps the ball after Clement slipped, and Houston trying to roll to the left. Nowhere to go, but that's a play where fumbles can easily happen. Houston went ahead and ate it and wants to go to the third down play. He is brought down to the 12-yard line as Clement slipped, and Houston could not get a clean exchange.
Matt, you're right. Very fortunate. Anytime a tailback slips and you're going to hand the football off, bad things can happen. You know, it's a lost yardage play, and now you put yourself in a bad third down position, but it could have been a lot worse.
Wayne Thomas there to cover up Bart Houston. 4:30 left in the half, no score. The Badgers have a third down and 11. Play clock at 5. Line of scrimmage, the 12-yard line of LSU at 2. And a timeout is taken. They barely got it off. They got the timeout signal as the snap went to Bart Houston, but the Badgers got their timeout first. LSU fans not happy about it, but the Badgers are granted the timeout. And we'll go ahead and take a break with them. We have 4 minutes and 22 seconds left in the first half. Badgers nothing, LSU nothing. This is Badger football from Learfield.
It's time for a classic Badger Rewind presented by Quartz Insurance. In volleyball action from September 2nd, 2016, behind 11 kills and 6 digs from Lauren Gillis and 28 assists from Big Ten Center of the Week, Lauren Carlini, the second-ranked Badgers remained undefeated on the young season, knocking off San Diego 3-0. Today's Classic Badger Rewind was presented by Quartz Insurance. A special thanks to Quartz Insurance for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers. Stick around at halftime, Badger fans. Don't miss a classic University of Wisconsin Marching Band halftime show, presented by NBC 15.
7's great, but at least get 3 here in the possession if you're Wisconsin, trying to capitalize on the LSU turnover. Peavy wide to the right, wheel right, slot to the right. Houston in the shotgun. Dario Gumbawale is the running back to the right of the QB. Snap to Houston, back to throw, looks, throws, end zone, wheel right, goes up, can't get it. Incomplete, a high pass about 8 yards deep in the end zone. Jamal Adams back there defensively, along with Tredavious White. And now on comes the field goal team for Wisconsin and Rafael Gaglianone. He'll try a 30-yard field goal. His first career field goal came against LSU 2 years ago in Houston. It was a 51-yarder that remains his career long. This will be a 30-yard try just inside the left hash mark. Connor Allen holds. Connor Udelhoven will snap. Lines are set. Here's the snap, and the kick is in the air, and it is good, and the Badgers are first on the board here at Lambeau Field. So they get 3 out of it with 4:13 left in the first half. We'll keep it here. Wisconsin 3, LSU nothing.
I think we'll probably let Patrick talk a little bit about Rafael Gaglianone later, about why he's wearing number 27 instead of his number 10. One of the great stories, I think, in college football. It's got to be tough, too, for LSU's punter, or rather place kicker, Colby Delahousse, who's making his first trip back to the state of Wisconsin. And I think Patrick has more details.
Yeah, go ahead, Patrick. Go ahead and pick up on that.
Yeah, just 6 weeks ago, LSU kicker Colby Delahousse was in a tragic car accident that claimed the lives of former Michigan State punter Mike Sadler and Nebraska punter Sam Foltz. The trio were driving home from former UW, or driving to the home of UW punter Drew Meyer, the former punter. Near Waukesha, they were at the camp at Kettle Moraine High School. But Delahousse suffered minor injuries and burns to his legs, but he hasn't missed a day of camp, and he's here ready to be the place kicker should LSU need him. But on the UW side, hockey, which they call Rafael Gaglianone, he was close friends with Foltz, and he has changed his number from 10 to 27 in honor of Foltz's memory, the late Nebraska punter.
Yeah, they did have a chance, Gaglianone and Delahousse, to meet and chat briefly before the game. It was a pretty cool moment as the crowd was filing in. The kickoff for Wisconsin. P.J. Rosowski kicking off, and he got all of it. Darius Geis was deep, and he will have no return, and that'll be a touchback. P.J. Rosowski handling both the punt and the kick duties here this afternoon for the Badgers. The Tigers will start at their 25-yard line, 1st and 10.
And we'll find out how daring offensive coordinator Cam Cameron is for LSU. In this first half, Brandon Harris has attempted only 4 passes. Now it goes back to the number of plays that they've had, 13 plays. He's 1 of 4 for 15 yards.
Leonard Fournette, 6 carries for 24 yards, and that's the offense here. LSU has been unable to sustain a drive so far. Great credit to the Wisconsin defense. Badgers forcing a turnover on LSU's last possession. 4:13 left in the half. 3-0 Wisconsin. Raven Doral, slot left, motions to the right. Malachi Dupree wide to the left. Harris, play fake, back to throw, has time, drops it off left side. That's caught by Doral. It's by one defender across the 30-yard line. Turns to his right and rolls up across the 35-yard line. Chikwe Obasi getting over there to make the tackle. Connor Sheehy over there as well. That'll be a first down for LSU at the Tigers' 36-yard line on a gain of 11.
Terrell really hurt Wisconsin 2 years ago. He had 3 catches for 157, including an 80-yard touchdown.
Clock running. Tigers have all 3 of their timeouts available. 3:52 left in the half. Fournette, the tailback. Double wide to the right behind the quarterback, Brandon Harris. There's a toss to Fournette over the right side across the 40-yard line. And he gets pulled down by Jack Sitchie at the 41. It's a 5-yard gain for Leonard Fournette. 2nd down and 5 for LSU.
Man, he's fluid. That was one quick cut, and he was up. I mean, that's why you see the talent that he has right there. One shot, go, and he picked up 5 yards.
Doral comes out to the right. Malachi Dupree tight to the left. John David Moore, the fullback. Fournette, the tailback. 2nd and 5 for LSU at its own 41-yard line. And off to Fournette, straight ahead, gets tripped up and taken down at the 44-yard line. Boy, it looked like he was going to have some space, but just got tripped up. He gets 3 to the 44 of LSU, where it's now 3rd down and 2 for the Tigers. Garrett Rand helping disrupt the last play for the Badgers. Olive Songapolo in at the nose spot for Wisconsin. Colin Jeter, the tight end, motions left to right on 3rd and 2. Here's Fournette off the right side, hit and stopped short of the first down. Beagle busting into the backfield to slow down Fournette, and he could not get to the stick. It is 4th and 1. Les Miles can have a little riverboat gambler to him. We have 2:19 left in the half. 3-0 Wisconsin. LSU has a 4th and 1 at its own 45-yard line.
Beagle beat the right tackle. Weathersby inside to slow down the ball carrier.
Les Miles is going to let the play clock run down. It has 10 seconds and counting left on it. Game clock at 2 minutes left in the first half. It is 4th and 1 LSU at the Tigers' 45-yard line. Miles sees the clock at 1 and takes the timeout. That's the first charge timeout for LSU. We have 1:53 left in the first half. The score is Wisconsin 3, LSU nothing, and we will take our final commercial break of the first half. First half break number 8, back in 1 minute. This is Badger football from Learfield.
The UW Athletic Department salutes Harry and Connie O'Leary of Janesville as today's season ticket holders of the game, presented by BMO. Harry and Connie, both UW graduates, have been Badger fans and season ticket holders for over 30 years. Their favorite game day memories include the 2019 win over Michigan and honoring former band director Mike Leckrone in 2018. Camp Randall has been home to many O'Leary family and life events like Badger football games, graduations, Crazy Legs, and more. They love being connected to the Badger family and representing UW wherever they go. The UW Athletic Department thanks today's season ticket holders of the game, Harry and Connie O'Leary, as well as BMO for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Compeer Financial has always been there for our clients and communities in any situation. And our support continues today as our clients work relentlessly to feed, clothe, and fuel the world. Compeer is proud to continue our strong commitment to our clients, the rural communities where they live, and to agriculture. We're here to help meet the financial needs of rural America. And we'll navigate through this together.
Time to show your stuff, Badger fans. It's time to play What Year Was It? Presented by Toyota. Thanks for playing What Year Was It? Presented by Toyota. A special thanks to Toyota for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
4th and 1 for the Tigers at their own 45-yard line. LSU offense remains in the huddle. And now the play clock is rolling. Harris will bring him up. Backs are off set. Quick count, snap, they give to Fournette, diving for it, it's close, I'm not sure. Looked like Sitchy may have disrupted with help. TJ Watt popping out of there, he thinks they're short, and the way the officials are marking it, it certainly looks like it could be short. Let's see where they set it down.
It's pretty good forward lean by Fournette, he's about 6'1.5". Great penetration by Sitchy though.
That nose of the football looks like it's going to be short, but they're going to measure. Oh, a potentially huge play. 1:49 left in the half. Bring the chain onto the field. They stretch it. He's short. Badgers stop him. 1st and 10 Wisconsin at the LSU 45-yard line.
How about that? A couple of fourth down stops in this first half by both sides. Now let's see if Wisconsin can capitalize.
So it seems like everybody else knew that Fournette was going to get the ball, especially Sitchy, and what he did, penetrate and make the play. It's one thing to get in the backfield, another thing to get down the Heisman front runner to make a big momentum swinging play, and this is why I would have punted it, Matt, and I would have been right.
That's why
of course.
You are miscast. You should be down on the sideline calling the shots. But Ted's next door. Go talk to him. 1st and 10 Wisconsin at the LSU 45-yard line. Ogunbowale is the tailback. Rob Wheelwright wide to the left. Jazz Peavy to the right. Wheelwright in motion left to right. Houston under his center. Michael Dieter. Mark takes the snap. Rolling right. Throwing right. Caught by Wheelwright to the 40-yard line of LSU. Slips a tackle trying to cut inside to his left. And Wheelwright still on the run. Inside the 40. 35-yard line. And down to the 33 of LSU. Kevin Tolliver on the tackle. Wheelwright just kept going. 1st down Wisconsin. 1:37 left in the half. Clock stops to move the sticks. Badgers have one timeout available.
He ran about 40 to get 10, didn't he?
He did. Clock running. 1.5 left in the half. From the LSU 33, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Houston. Right side toss, and that is caught. That was Alec Ingold. This drops to the turf at the 31 of LSU. Inbounds. Gain of 2. Clock running. 1:17 left in the half. Second down and 8 for Wisconsin at the LSU 31-yard line. Three receivers, including Fumagalli, standing up tight to the left. Snap to Houston, swings it right. Ogunbowale the catch, and he'll race to the near boundary. Davius White over there, Michael Divinity as well, a cornerback and an outside linebacker respectively. Ogunbowale out of bounds at the 30-yard line of the near side, gain of just 1. And the Badgers now have a 3rd and 7 at the LSU 30. It stops the clock with 1:04 left in the half. One timeout available for Wisconsin. The Badgers have a 3rd down and 7 at the LSU 30. Rushing wide lefts, Peavy, Fumagalli also to the left, Wheelwright to the right. Houston in the shotgun. Ogunbowale is back there with them. Snap to Houston, back to throw, looking, fires right side, Wheelwright, tight coverage, pass incomplete. Blanket coverage from Dante Jackson, sophomore corner out of Metairie, Louisiana. And the Badgers now have a 4th down and 7 at the LSU 30 with 59 seconds left in half, and another field goal try coming up for Rafael Gaglianone.
Nice safe play there, though. It wasn't, a chance to not make a big mistake, and now you're going to give yourself a chance to grab a couple points.
You don't want to throw it over the middle. He threw it to the boundary.
This will be a 48-yard try for Gaglianone, who moments ago hit one from 30. 48-yard try, right hash mark. Lines are down. Here's the snap. Spot. Kick is away, and it is good. Gaglianone is 2 for 2. And the lead is 6 for Wisconsin. We'll keep it here. 54 seconds left in the first half. Wisconsin 6, LSU nothing.
There's so many things that Gaglianone is playing for this year. We already went over the story with Sam Foltz, but I think the one thing that has affected his kicking more than anything else is that he's finally in shape. He's lost about 20-some pounds. It's really made a difference. It was no fault of his own. He had a little back problem the summer before last and couldn't work out. And I think it affected his kicking, don't you, Matt, last year?
It did. But to his credit, though, the percentage wasn't what we thought, but he did have the 2 game winners. You look back at the game at Nebraska and then in the bowl game. But you're right. You go back 2 years ago, and he had electric numbers in terms of the field goal percentages. It's just outstanding. Well, they haven't gotten in the end zone yet, but the Badgers getting a couple of field goals, and they lead 6-0 with 54 seconds left in the first half. Darius Geis, Nick Brosette, the deep men for LSU. Andrew Endicott now will handle the kickoff duties for Wisconsin.
Geis can be dangerous. He had a 75-yard kickoff return against Texas A&M last year.
He's an outstanding running back. It's overshadowed, obviously, by Leonard Fournette. Here's Endicott. He pops this one up into the air, and it'll be taken, one of the up men, Justin Moreau, a tight end across the 25 to the 30, left side 35. Penalty markers down as Moreau, a tight end, kick return for LSU up to the 39 of the Tigers, but the penalty marker on the play, and this is going to, I believe, go against LSU.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 26. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
That's a huge break. Otherwise, LSU would have had the ball on its own 40.
Instead, they'll have it inside their own 20. Tigers have 2 timeouts. 48 seconds left in the first half. LSU starting at its own 18-yard line. This Badger defense has just been terrific in this first half, trying to close it out that way.
And remarkably, this defense has played as well as it has without Chris Orr.
Orr was injured on the first play from scrimmage for the Badger defense. Ryan Conley has come in and he's played well. Fournette and Moore, the backfield combo. High backs, double wide to the right. Brandon Harris under his center on 1st and 10. LSU at its own 18-yard line. Long count for Harris, takes the snap. He'll give it to Fournette over the right side. TJ Watt closing the gate. Help from Leo Musso. Gain of a couple from Leonard Fournette. That's it. 2nd down and 8 for LSU, and the clock is rolling with 35 seconds left in the half.
Fournette excels on the cutback block, but you can tell Wisconsin's been very trained on making sure he doesn't have that cutback lane.
You just see great discipline there. TJ Watt staying in his lane, not allowing Fournette to get the big cutback and keeping him pinned in for his support to come and help him.
Clock running, 17 seconds left in the half. 2nd down and 8 for the Tigers. They're on 20-yard line. Harris back to throw off the play fake. Shoots it to the right, and it is caught across the 30-yard line. Malachi Dupree steps out at the 32-yard line. Sojourn Shelton trying to jump the route, just did miss a deflection. First down LSU with 9 seconds left in the first half. Clock stops. The Tigers do have 2 timeouts, so they still have a chance, if they don't take it to the house, to at least get into field goal range, but they obviously got to work quickly. And on first down, Harris back to throw, winds up, throws it deep right side, and it is picked off inside the 30, 35 to the 40-yard line. Breaking the tackle, 45 to the 50, 45 left side to the 40, to the 35, and down near the 30-yard line goes Derek Tyndall, who picks off the final pass of the half. And what a first half it has been for the Wisconsin Badgers defense, keeping LSU off the board as the crowd here at Lambeau Field, and at the moment call it Camp Randall North, and the crowd loves it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to present the University of Wisconsin Marching Band. It's been well over 50 years since a young Barry Gordy founded a small record company devoted to the sound of young America. But the sounds of Motown still resound on the television, in Motown pictures, as commercial jingles, and in karaoke clubs everywhere. Today, the songs that come from Hitsville, USA are considered American music classics, and Motown artists are revered for their unique contribution to our culture. With special pleasure, the Wisconsin Band revisits some Motown moments. One of Motown's first hits, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles and Shop Around. Vocal groups were the lifeblood of Motown: the Marvelettes, Martha and the Vandellas, and the Four Tops. Over half a decade later, and they're still dancing, The Temptations. It was first recorded by Gladys Knight, but Motown's biggest hit belonged to the remarkable Marvin Gaye. in the name of love. The Motown sound captured the spirit of this country and has established an enduring legacy in the history of American music. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wisconsin Band! And now, we invite students, fans, and especially our alumni to join us in one of Wisconsin's finest traditions, the singing of our time-honored varsity.
Check out today's halftime highlights, presented by the UW Credit Union.
Good afternoon from Lambeau Field in Green Bay.
Handoff, and he'll keep it, and he won't get there. T.J. Watt makes the big play. Here's Houston. Did he make the catch? He did. Here's Houston again, good protection. Scampers out of trouble, makes a move, and keeps on running. Ball is out, and Wisconsin gets the turnover. 30-yard field goal attempt is on the way, and it is good. And on 4th and 1, T.J. Watt got in there. 48, no problem. Another shot, why not? There's the deep ball, and it's got a man, and it's intercepted. Got the wrong man. Picked off by Derek Tyndall. Down the sideline, and that's how the first half will come to an end.
Thanks to the UW Credit Union for presenting today's halftime highlights.
Nickel package here for Wisconsin to Trell Jamerson. in the secondary for Wisconsin, and Harris will work out of the shotgun from the LSU 25-yard line. The give goes to Fournette, trying the right side, run down from behind by Alec James. Fournette for a yard to the 26 of LSU, 2nd down and 9.
It's good pursuit, backside pursuit by James.
Yeah, you love that. He sees, he reads it, and he goes. And when you do that, you get him down on the ground. That's what you're looking for from your defensive player.
2nd down and 9 for the Tigers at their own 26-yard line. 2 receivers left, DJ Chark in the slot. Raven Durrell is wide to the right. Malachi Dupree the other way. And the 26 of LSU, 2nd down and 9. The movement up front. Here's the snap. Give to Fournette, trying the left side, spinning off of some traffic and fights his way to about the 30 for a gain of 4 up off the stack. Alec James. Let's send it downstairs again to Patrick.
Mike, you mentioned that eyes are going to be on Harris, LSU's quarterback, if they're going just 3 for 7. But in a halftime interview, Les Miles actually said, we got to run the ball better. I thought we passed it pretty well. So you guys interpret his meaning of the word well, but that was what he said at halftime.
That's another lessism. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left. 3rd and 6, LSU for the Tigers' 29-yard line. Harris in the shotgun. Fournette to the right of the quarterback. Snap to Harris. Little pressure coming. Harris rolls off to his right. Now dumps it off. Caught by Fournette. Fighting for the first down. He will not get there. Stopped at the 33-yard line. Pass into some traffic. Fournette trying to work through it. Like Sitchy was getting involved there defensively for Wisconsin. 4th and 2 for LSU at the Tigers' 33-yard line. Another 3 and out for the Badgers D.
That was the time I didn't think there was not pressure, and I think he left the pocket. Harris left the pocket a little bit early there. He had time, panicked a little bit, and then when you move out of the pocket, it kind of limits some of your passing lanes that you could throw to.
The left-footed punter, Josh Groudon, freshman out of Sydney, Australia, is on. Jazz PV deep at the Badger 20. Snap to Groudon, rugby roll left. Badgers get some pressure, and this kick is popped up into the air. It's short. Badgers got to stay away. It'll bounce straight up in the air, and LSU will down it at the 42 of Wisconsin. So another shank for the freshman punter. That went all of 25 yards, and the Badgers starting at their 42. 1st and 10, 12:51 left in the 3rd quarter. It is 6-0. Wisconsin. A win for your team is a win for you too. Nothing quite like it except driving a Nissan. Get the Nissan, a proud supporter of college athletics. Shop ChooseNissan.com today. Take on game day. The Badger offense, good starting point here. Their own 42-yard line for Bart Houston and company. Austin Ramish, Corey Clement, straight I formation. As Houston, a play fake, drops the throw, has some time, winds up, throws it left. Fumagalli the catch. 35-yard line, tumbles to the turf at the 30, near the 30 of LSU. Houston to the tight end, Fumagalli. And the Badgers very quickly into LSU territory.
Well, that's one of the matchups that Paul Chris likes to use. Tight end on a linebacker, drop linebacker, in this case Arden Key, who's better at rushing the passer than his back pedal. Fumagalli made a nice catch.
I love that play. They fake pulled the left guard and then wrapped him back around to help block the tackle for the long play.
27 yards of the play at the LSU 31-yard line. 1st and 10. Hand off Clement inside the 30. Corey to the 25-yard line, inside the 20, and down to the 19 of LSU. 12 more yards on the gain for Wisconsin. A Badger first down. Back into the Case IH red zone.
Clement had a very workmanlike first half. 43 yards, averaged 3.9. Got a little space there and shows you get a bounciness to get up that first down.
1st and 10 Wisconsin at the LSU 19-yard line.
Great block by Dieter downfield.
PV wide to the right. Wheel right, slot right. Backs off Sept, Ramish, and Corey Clement. Houston will give it to Clement straight ahead to the 15-yard line. Corey bulldozing inside the 10, down to the 9, right at the stick. And Corey Clement in rhythm. First down, goal to go. Wisconsin, perhaps. Let's see, they have not marked it yet. And now they have 1st and goal, Wisconsin at the LSU 9-yard line.
Josh, you were effective pulling Benchwall from right guard and leading up the field with Ramish, the fullback.
Wheel right. Lone wide receiver comes out to the right. Ramish and Clement, the backfield combination. Fumagalli, wing left, motions right. Houston will give it to Clement. Again, straight ahead. Corey inside the 5, down to the 4. Gottschall on the stop. Oh, the Badgers just throwing punches right now and taking it down the field. They'll mark at the 5, second down goal to go.
That was an instance you just ran the exact same play you ran before. Pulled the right guard, led Ramish up, and when it continues to work, you just keep pounding it until it stopped.
Second and goal, Wisconsin at the LSU 5-yard line. Ramish, the fullback, offset to the right. Clement, the tailback, wheel right, wide to the right. Fumagalli, wing left, motions right. Second down and goal. Here's the give to Clement against straight ahead. Breaks to his right. Clement driving to the goal line. He is stopped just short. No signal yet. Right on the doorstep of the end zone. Third and goal, Wisconsin.
Clement made that last lunge trying to break the plane. Maybe his elbow was down before breaking the plane or not. Tough to see. There was a crowd of people around him.
The replay booth has not buzzed down yet, and just as I say that, the replay booth buzzes down. They will take a look. 10:32 left in the third quarter. It is 6-0. Wisconsin leading LSU. Taking a look at the replay right now, and it's very close. Razor's edge. That forearm, that right forearm or elbow may have hit just before. All you have to do is get it across that front tip, if you will, of the goal line. It doesn't have to go all the way in, just break the plane.
Let's revisit this drive. It started with the pass to Fumagalli for 27, then it's been Clement for 12, Clement for 10, Clement for 5, Clement for 4.
You're starting to see it's been tempo. It hasn't always been up-tempo, but the tempo of the offense and the time of possession, it's the first time these guys have played in a full game, and you can see the physicalness of Wisconsin is starting to wear on LSU's front seven.
You're also seeing Dieter get to that middle linebacker Beckwith and cover him up on a couple of these runs.
There's been really good push in the middle, and you've seen these, basically these power plays where you're pulling a guard and you're getting great push in the middle, and Clement is just getting vertical right away.
We are about to get a verdict here. Razor's edge close. Big 12 officiating crew. Don Capral is the replay official from the press box. The voice you will hear is that of referee Mike DeFee. At worst, it's third and goal a couple of inches away. It is Razor's edge. Here's a call.
After further review, it's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Wisconsin. Corey Clement. The first touchdown of the year, and the Badgers lead 12-0.
Takes a little drama and excitement out of scoring, though, there in that position when you have to wait for the call.
A little bit of a delayed Matt LePay signature touchdown, Wisconsin, but it still sounds great coming out.
Terrific. Sounded terrific.
Thank you very much. 12-0 Wisconsin. Rafael Gaglianone with the extra point try. This time the Badgers do convert and get into the end zone. The extra point from Gaglianone is good. And it's a 13-point lead for Wisconsin. See, sometimes replay is good. Sometimes it's good. 5 plays, 57 yards, a forward scoring drive. 2 minutes, 19 seconds, time elapsed. 10:32 left in quarter number 3. Wisconsin 13, LSU nothing. This is Badger football from Learfield.
The Wisconsin football dream season is presented by American Family Insurance. A special thanks to American Family Insurance for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Really like your backyard, man.
There's nothing to the east, so I can do this all day.
No, Patrick. East is that way.
Oh man, that's not good.
With Hy-Vee Aisles Online, it's easy to order online and pick up everything you or your neighbors might need.
Sorry about your hot dogs. All right. It won't happen again.
Okay. Hy-Vee Aisles Online, convenient pickup, and we deliver too.
Get ready, Badger fans. It's time for a classic Ask the Badgers, presented by Toyota.
Hi, I'm Regan from San Francisco, and I have a question for the Badgers. How many Pokemon can you name?
Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Squirtle. Okay. Pikachu. Wartortle, Blastoise, Pikachu, Raichu, Doduo, Dotrio, Grimer, Ponytop, Rapidash, Ghastly, Haunter, Gengar, Mewtwo, Mew,
Blossom,
Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno.
Honestly, probably just like Pikachu,
Shelder, Cloyster, Clefairy, Clefable, Jigglypuff, Electabuzz, Scyther, Growlithe, Vulpix, Ninetales. I can keep going forever.
Today's classic Ask the Badgers was presented by Toyota. A special thanks to Toyota for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Dupree now motions to the formation. On 1st and 10, handoff Fournette straight ahead across 20 and brought down to the 22-yard line. It was T.J. Watt on the tackle. Fournette gains 4 or 5 on the play. They'll mark it at the 21 of LSU. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 for the Tigers.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't tried to pick up tempo. They did in the first half, and they had some success, didn't they, on that drive?
They did, and it'll be interesting to see if you stick with the run here when you're falling behind.
High backs again. Malachi Dupree wide left, motions to the formation on 2nd and 6. Handoff Fournette. Fournette probing the right side, gets outside, 25 to the 30, 35-yard line, breaks a tackle 40, 45-yard line. Fournette across midfield and into Wisconsin territory. Leonard Fournette breaks one loose to the 49-yard line of Wisconsin. And a Badger is slow to get up, and it's Derek Tyndall who is in on the stop, and he is shaken up.
Well, it was Dixon who had a shot, the first shot him in the open field. And you've got to wrap him. You cannot try to body him down because he powered right through Dixon. He got to the edge of the defense, just bouncing it outside. That's if you allow him to get outside the numbers, then he's really dangerous.
Well, LSU's tight end did a really nice job of sealing the edge, and Fournette stayed on his lane, and then, with the great athleticism that he has, bounced it out with no contain. And then, like you said, Mike, not wrapping up. You could have limited a 30-yard run to maybe a 15-yard run instead.
Derek Tyndall walking very gingerly off the field. Natrell Jamerson will come in for him. 30-yard run for Fournette has LSU at the Wisconsin 49-yard line. Fournette now with 77 rushing yards on 16 carries. 10:05 left of the third quarter. 13-0 Wisconsin. A new corner out there, keep that in mind. Jamerson checking Traven Durrell, lining up slot to the left. And now Durrell will motion to the formation. Eye backs behind Brandon Harris. He'll give it to Fournette again off the right side, slips through to the 45, down near the 40-yard line of Wisconsin. And now Fournette starting to catch a little rhythm. On the stop for Wisconsin was inside linebacker Jack Sitchie. 8-yard gain for Fournette. They'll mark at the Badger 41-yard line. And now they're picking up the tempo of that LSU offense. Right back on the ball. Double wide to the left. 9.5 minutes left in the third quarter. 13-0. Wisconsin leads LSU. Tigers, though, on the move. And just as I say, they were picking up the tempo. Now they're trying to get organized. Play clock at 10. They move the wide receivers Dupree and Durrell from left to right. And here's the snap. Handoff Fournette over the right side to the 40, to the 35-yard line, and barrels his way to the 32-yard line of Wisconsin. That's a 9-yard run and a first down for LSU.
You got to believe right here it's either Les Miles or Cam Cameron. They said, we're going to ride the All-American. Just give him the rock and see what we get, because this drive has been all Fournette.
Leo Musso on the tackle for Wisconsin. 9 minutes left, third quarter. 13-0 Wisconsin. LSU, though, on the move. Darius Geis now in a tailback. He's good. He averaged 8.5 yards a carry last year. He carried it just 51 times. Double wide to the left of the Badgers' 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for LSU. And Harris will give it to Geis inside the 30-yard line, and he'll fight his way to the 29. Gang tackled there. Geis for about 3. 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Tigers.
This kind of got the feel of a manhood check for the LSU offense. They've put in their fullback, John David Moore. They're going to feed their tailback, whomever it might be.
And LSU's offensive line is doing a much better job of controlling. They're not allowing that penetration. They're letting Fournette or Geist get a little bit of head of steam going towards the line, and that's allowing them to pick up some
this
yardage.
Sets up their play action game. This is how they do it too. They get you to converge on the ball after run, and then they throw the ball downfield to one of the receivers, Dupree or Durrell.
Derek Tyndall back in, play clock at 3, at 2. Harris noticing the play clock winding down, and the LSU quarterback taking a timeout. There's charge time out of the second half for LSU. Second down and 7 for the Tigers at the Wisconsin 29-yard line. 7:55 left in the third quarter, and we have a break in the action.
It's time to recognize today's healthcare hero, presented by UW Health. Our healthcare hero serves our community on the front lines during this COVID-19 pandemic. She leads the infection prevention program for area hospitals, where she plays a key role in preventing staff and patients from acquiring new infections. In addition, she assists in coordinating the response to COVID-19, including education on PPE use, isolation practices, and communication between public health agencies and the community. She says working through this pandemic has been the greatest challenge of her 10-year career in infection prevention. Our honoree is an alumnus of UW-Madison, holding a Bachelor of Science in Medical Microbiology and Immunology, and a Master's of Public Health. From Roxbury, Wisconsin, we are proud to recognize today's healthcare hero, Caitlin Harms. Thank you, Caitlin, for your service to our community, and a special thanks to UW Health for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Some see a grilled cheese sandwich and ask why. I see a new kitchen with a grill and ask why not.
I really need to start adding less to cart and more to savings.
Sitting on this couch so long made me want to make some changes, starting with this couch.
Yeah, I need a house with a different view.
And this is the bank that will help you do it all. Because at U.S. Bank, our people are dedicated to turning your new inspiration into your next pursuit.
Double wide to the left. Fournette back in the game. On the Badgers' 29-yard line. Harris back to throw. Ball. Oh, he got crushed. The ball's knocked out. And Fournette pounces on it at the 35-yard line. I think that was Sitchy just blowing in there for Wisconsin as Harris and Fournette could never get squared away. And LSU very fortunate to maintain possession. Ball at the 34 of the Badgers.
Reminded me of the Southern Cal game with 3-sack Jack. Way parted, timed his blitz perfectly. No one saw him coming.
Wow. 3rd and 11 LSU at the Badgers' 34-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Harris will work from the shotgun. Crowd stirring here at Lambeau. Back to throw. Harris, little pressure coming. A throw over the middle, and Dupree diving, and it is incomplete. Could not hang on. Oh, he almost made a sensational catch. Shelton down there on coverage for Wisconsin. 4th and 11 LSU at the Badgers' 34-yard line. Shelton along with Leo Musso on the coverage. And Les Miles sends on his punter on 4th and 11 at the Badger 34. Josh Groudon, Sydney, Australia. He's the 3rd straight punter they have used from Australia in the LSU program. Punt safe here for the Badgers. Snap to Groudon, steps up, and he punches this one into the air. Peavy waves everybody away, and that is a terrific punt. LSU will kill it inside the 5-yard line. Well, the Badgers' 4-yard line, 1st and 10. Ramish and Clement, the backfield combo. On 1st down, handoff Clement trying to break to his right, turns it back up the middle across the 5 to about the 6 on a gain of 2. You're Bart Houston, this Badgers offense, at minimum, you'd love to flip off a couple of first downs here, eat some time. 6:38 left in the third quarter, 13-0 Wisconsin. Have to be selectively aggressive here at your own 6. Single wide receiver to the right is Jazz Peavy. Fumagalli, the tight end, motions left to right. Hand off Clement again, straight ahead to the 10-yard line, and so the further he will go. Brought down by Devon Gottschall. And the Badgers looking at a 3rd and 4 from their own 10-yard line.
I know what you're saying too, Matt, about getting some space for your punter, because this is not like you have Drew Meyer, an experienced veteran. You're breaking in a new punter in Rosowski in this game. We thought it was going to be the freshman Anthony Lotti.
Really sticking with that power play. They have went to that at least 4 times this half where they're pulling the right guard, leading Ramish up, and it's been very successful to this point.
Wheelwright comes out to the left, Peavy to the right. Mario Ogunbowale, the running back. Houston under his center, Michael Dieter. 3rd down and 4. Dropping to throw is Houston. Looks, sets, fires, left side, dangerous pass picked off at the 20-yard line, angling left to the 15-yard line. Tre'Davious White. He's still up, trying to get to the corner, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown LSU. Tre'Davious White, senior cornerback, one of the best around, picks off a Bart Houston pass, and that's how LSU gets its first points of the day.
Well, he threw it to the boundary, but he was late getting there. And he picked on the best cornerback for LSU, and he burned him.
That will be a 21-yard interception return for White. A 13-6 ball game with 5:28 left in quarter number 3.
Pay attention, Badger fans. It's time for the Badger Helmet Shuffle, presented by Pepsi. Looks like helmet number 2 was the correct choice today. Thanks for playing the Badger Helmet Shuffle, and a special thanks to Pepsi for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Get up and get going. It's time to get your Fusion with the limited time offer. And well, let's just say more, like Copilot 360, Bliss, lane keeping system, pre-collision assist, adaptive cruise control, Wi-Fi hotspot, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Whew, that's a lot. What are you waiting for? Get to your Ford dealer today. Right now, get Fusion with 0% financing for 66 months plus $3,000 cash back. Or lease one for just $199 a month. Hurry in.
Listen to News Talk 1310 WIBA AM and 101.5 WIBA FM. Or take the Badgers anywhere you go for free on the iHeart Radio app. News Talk 1310 WIBA AM and 101.5 WIBA FM. Your radio home for the Wisconsin Badgers.
Trell Jamerson deep for Wisconsin. Campbell runs up, and the kick is away. Sails to the near side. In fact, it will sail out of bounds, so the Badgers will have excellent field position. As Gamble trying to pin one near the boundary, instead He yanks it out of bounds, so the Badgers will be starting at their 35-yard line. We'll take that. So now with a little more breathing room, let's see what this Wisconsin offense can do. Houston back lead his team into the huddle. Houston is 13 of 21, 131 yards and 2 interceptions. One that was returned for a touchdown and one that was intercepted in the end zone, which ended a Badgers drive in the second quarter. George rushing wide to the left. Quintez Cephas slot to the left. High backs, Ramish and Clement on first down. On the ground they go. Corey Clement, he's hit right away. Trevante Valentine, nose tackle getting in there for the Tigers. Gain of 1 for Clement to the 36 of Wisconsin. Second down and 9 for the Badgers.
When a defense makes a big play like LSU just did, now all of a sudden the energy and everything picks back up, and that's one of the things when you're fighting momentum. LSU's got it right now, and that's where a big play here from Wisconsin can kind of curb that.
Peavy will come out to the right, wheel right, slot to the right. Houston in the shotgun. Clement to his left. For the Badgers 36-yard line. Snap to Houston. Fires right side of the slant, and it's incomplete through the hands of Jazz Peavy. Just across the 40-yard line in Badger territory. Incomplete pass, and the Badgers have a 3rd and 9 at their own 36-yard line.
Just feel that momentum has swung with the pick and the score.
LSU fans stirring it up.
These are low percentage downs for this offense, 3rd and long.
Badgers are 3 of 10 on 3rd down. LSU's 0 for 6. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left. Houston back in the shotgun. Agumba Wally back there with him. Houston the throw, tight pocket, fires right side. That's caught by George Rushing, and the ball's knocked loose, scooped up by Tre'Davious White. Another Badger turnover. It would have been a first down. Rushing had it knocked out. Tre'Davious White recovers, and the Tigers have it at the Wisconsin 41-yard line. Well, they had just converted, the Badgers had, on a 3rd down and 9, and Dante Jackson, the corner, knocked it out, and White pounces, and LSU now in a position to grab the lead. 4:39 left in the 3rd quarter.
That's really on Rushing. He had the ball away from his body. He's got to tuck that ball. He's got the first down. Big mistake. Now let's see if the defense can bail him out.
I'm just going to say, what a huge 3rd down conversion right before the ball was stripped, because that was a big, great throw. Bart Houston, pressure all in his pocket for naught.
Well, the 41 of Wisconsin, 1st and 10. 4:39 left 3rd quarter, 13-7 Wisconsin. Harris, play fake, back to throw, under pressure, winds up, throws it deep to the left for Fournette, got it inside the 15, inside the 10, chopped down by Shelton. They'll mark it at the 10, first down, goal to go, LSU, as they go to the running back, Leonard Fournette, for the big pass play. And LSU right back on the ball. Double wide to the right. Eye backs. Harris takes. A little bubble to the right. Caught by Doral at the 10-yard line. He shakes for you, Dixon, and Doral into the end zone. Touchdown LSU. And just like that, this game is tied.
It doesn't take long, does it? You feel like you should be up maybe by 3 touchdowns, and you're a PAT away from trailing.
Yeah, that there, LSU picked up the tempo. Wisconsin was not lined up, and LSU just saw that there was nobody covering the slot. Easy pitch and catch for a touchdown. That's unacceptable when you have to get lined up.
Raven Doral had 4 touchdown receptions last year. Gets his first of the season here. And Colby Delahousse will now try to give LSU the lead with 4:21 left in the 3rd quarter. This game turned on a dime, and the extra point is in the air, and it's good. And LSU grabs the lead. We'll keep it here. 4 minutes, 21 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. LSU 14, Wisconsin 13, as the Tigers capitalize on 2 turnovers. One a defensive touchdown, and after the second turnover, they need just a couple of plays to score.
What a challenge for this group now to see how resilient they really are, because everything's gone wrong for them in a couple of possessions. And now can they get back to where they were, where they had that 13-0 lead, and were feeling pretty good about themselves. I guess we pointed out enough that when you play a champion-like team in LSU, you can never relax at all, and then the mistakes are compounded. and exacerbated when you go back-to-back possessions like Wisconsin did, and now I think it's a mental game as much as anything else, don't you?
Definitely is mental, and I think you feel great the drive. You get the stop, you get a drive, pound at Wisconsin. You do exactly what you expect if you're a Wisconsin football player. And then to give LSU credit, they stuck with Fournette, were able to get it back, and now gotta stem the momentum right here.
Cameron Gamble again to kick off. 14-13 LSU with 4:21 left in the third quarter. Natrell Jamerson again deep for Wisconsin. Gamble on the approach, and the kick is away, and this is short. Jamerson will have a chance. Right side at the 8 to the 10, 15. Jamerson the 20, and Natrell Jamerson will move the stack to the 24 on the 24-yard line. Austin Ramish is the fullback. Wheel right, wide to the right, Peavy to the left on first down. Play fake Houston. Looks, sets, fires over the middle for Peavy, and he cannot hang on. Just across the 40-yard line, Tre'Davious White on the coverage. Badger fans thought there was contact. No sales. 2nd and 10 for the Badgers at their own 24.
That's great coverage, and you have to tip your cap to Tre'Davious White. That's one-on-one play action pass, and was there contact? Maybe a little bit, but I don't think that's a flag. Good coverage and good play on the football.
I'm not sure that's a guy I want to attack on a consistent basis.
Dario Gumbawale in at running back. Houston in the shotgun. He'll give it to Dare running left, trying to turn it up. 25 to the 30-yard line. 35-yard line, dives for the first down. The Badger 35.
The one thing that I noticed, Bart, we've had a chance to look back at that game, was the talent on the field. Yourself, you had Corey Clement, Alec Ingold now playing. You had Ramish, but Ingold's with the Raiders. You got Corey and all these NFL guys. Ryan Ramczyk, Michael Dieter, T.J. Watt, Sitchy, on and on. That year, did you felt like you were going to be among the big boys of college football? I mean, that's such a big stage game to play right away. But did you know it then? As you looked around the locker room or the practice field, it's like, yeah, this team's pretty good. We got a shot here.
You never think about it until you step back. But, yeah, we had some special players there, and that's why we were able to perform so well in special games like the LSU game. Being a quarterback, I know my job is to get the ball to those special players. I don't have to do much. So,
well, one of those guys you got the ball to a lot was Troy Fumagalli.
Definitely.
10 catches in that game. I think the first pass was just a nice, safe, kind of get you into the rhythm of the game. But tell us about that. You have a guy like Fooms. That's a pretty good option to get the ball to, because he was not only going to make the catch but do something with it.
Oh, yeah. Guy had 9 fingers but caught everything in his area code. So, you could trust him running the route right, getting open, making adjustments on the fly. So, what better guy to trust?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys were in the game. You were dominating statistically. A couple first half field goals, and then you got in the third quarter. Corey scored. They had to review it, but he broke the plane. So it's 13-0, and then, as can happen in football, the momentum changes. A couple of turnovers, and then you look up, you're down a point. What do you remember? I'm going to ask you to turn back here 4 years, but in a game that you're really controlling, but then suddenly behind. What advice from Coach Christ? What the mood was like in the huddle? Can you remember that?
From the huddle standpoint, we're all focused. We're all ready to go. Coach Christ, and this isn't just one thing he said, but one thing he preached throughout the 2 years that we were with him, or year and a half, up to that point, was, hey, don't forget about what happened, but learn from it and keep moving on. We can review it on Sunday. Keep moving on, because the next play is the one that matters.
Go for it. As far as where he is in his development, you can see he controls at least 2 blockers in the middle.
Nickel package now for LSU. 3rd and 11 for the Badgers from their own 49-yard line. 2:12 left third quarter. LSU leads 14-13. Shotgun snap to Houston. Looking, steps up, fires over the middle, and it is in and out of the hands of Rob Wheelwright, just inside the 35-yard line. That wasn't a perfect pass, but it was catchable, and Wheelwright could not gather it, and the Badgers punting from near midfield.
It's been kind of the history of Wheelwright, though, that he hasn't made that catch, that tough catch, consistently. And this is where you need him the most. The ball was close enough for him to pull it in.
And the protection broke down a little bit, so Bart Houston had to step up, and he did enough. And that's a play that he has to make, especially at this time in the game.
B.J. Rosowski on to punt. Tre'Davious White deep at the LSU 10. Pressure light. Rosowski's kick sails toward White. He'll let it hit. Badgers have a chance to pin him deep, and they do just that. Inside the 5-yard line. Oh, that is good work. Latrell Jamerson, one of the gunners, he kills it at the 2 of LSU. We have 1:55 left of the third quarter. LSU 14, Wisconsin 13. 49-yard punt for Rosowski, and the Tigers are backed up at their own 2-yard line.
Rosowski's been really impressive. You take away that first shank, he's done a good job punting and with his kickoffs.
And you hope that LSU, they punted and pinned Wisconsin down and was able to get points. You hope for a flip of the script here. Wisconsin does a great job of punting, pinning it down, and now LSU is backed up.
Huge defensive series for the Badgers.
Badger fans trying to urge him on. Brandon Harris leads the offense onto the field for LSU. Single wide receiver to the right, eye backs. Leonard Fournette, the tailback. Harris calls for the ball, and a quick shot to the right side, and that is caught. Breaking a tackle 5 to the 10-yard line. Raven Doral pushed out of bounds near the first down marker. And they mark it at the 12. That's a 10-yard gain, and just like that, it's a first down for LSU. Well, they had straight-up coverage there, Sojourn Shelton. They took it and it worked.
Yep, one-on-one coverage. That's Doral wins. At least that battle.
A little elbow room now for LSU. 1:39 left, third quarter. LSU 14, Wisconsin 13. Double wide to the left for the Tigers. Doral wide left, motions to the formation. Harris will give it to Fournette over the right side, and a couple of yards. That's about it. Looking over the right side of the LSU offensive line. Up off the stack was T.J. Watt, along with Ryan Conley. Gain of 1 yard for Fournette. 2nd and 9 for LSU at its own 13-yard line.
Just a nice job there of gap control. Everybody stayed in their gap, and when you have a great athlete like Fournette, you can't give him a little bit of space. You have to control your gap and allow your linebackers to fill and make the play like they did right there.
55 seconds and counting left in the third quarter. 1-point lead for LSU. 2nd and 9 for the Tigers at their own 13-yard line. Harris takes the snap, gives to Fournette straight ahead across the 15-yard line. He'll drive it up near the 20. On the play for Wisconsin, off the edge was off the corner was Derek Tyndall. It'll be a 3rd and 3 for LSU at the Tigers' 19-yard line. We're down to 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Play clock and game clock pretty well matched up here. Big 3rd and 3. LSU today is 0 for 6 on 3rd down. 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Tigers at their own 19-yard line. 5 seconds remaining. And Harris is going to burn the second time out of the half for LSU.
Well, his tight end, wide receiver rather, Smith didn't have any idea what the play was. He couldn't hear what his quarterback was saying, and you could see the confusion in the backfield.
Yeah, but you don't need to use a timeout there. The game clock would run out, and you'd be end of the third quarter.
Well,
actually, Tausch, there was it was almost matched up. There was a 1 second difference, so he had to burn it. The game clock hit 0, but they're going to put time back on the clock here, I think.
That was Deshaun Smith, who was lined up off his tackle and kept looking back towards his quarterback for the signal, and they couldn't communicate.
It's 3rd and 3 for LSU at its own 19-yard line. 14-13, LSU leading Wisconsin. Big turnovers, 2 of them. It's allowed LSU to take the lead. Tre'Davious White to 21-yard interception return for a touchdown. And then a forced fumble. Dante Jackson forced it. White pounced at the Badgers' 41-yard line. And a couple of plays later, LSU is in the end zone. So there are actually 2 seconds now. They reset the game clock. 2 seconds left in the third quarter. Keep in mind, though, the rest of the way, LSU has 1 timeout left. The Badgers have all 3. 2 receivers left. 1 on the right. Harris will work from the shotgun. Fournette to his right. Harris calls for the ball, gets the snap. Badgers bringing pressure. Harris hit as he throws, and it is caught. That'll be a first down. Malachi Dupree, the catch, brought down to the 24-yard line. And that's how the third quarter will end here at Lambeau Field. Well, the Badgers were seemingly in the midst of taking control of the game, and then LSU converting on a couple of turnovers, and we move to the fourth quarter, and the Badgers find themselves down by 1 point.
The University of Wisconsin is pleased to partner with the American Family Children's Hospital. We salute all patients and their families during today's Dream Season game. A special thanks to American Family Insurance for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers. It's that time, Badger fans. It's time for the great student section race, presented by UW Continuing Studies.
Tailback, he has 97 rushing yards on 19 attempts. John David Moore, the fullback. Malachi Dupree wide to the right, motions to the formation. First play here in the fourth quarter, handoff Fournette across the 25-yard line and near the 29.
After LSU took the lead in the second half of that game in the third quarter, was there a greater sense of urgency on the defense? Can you speak to that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think after the first half, we kind of had a feel for who we were playing, and I think we were pretty confident about how we were playing and that we could actually finish this game. And so it was a big deal. I don't really think there was too much of a panic, actually, to be honest. I don't think it was too much of a panic. I actually gave up that touchdown. It was like we got like a late call in. It was like last second. I ended up missing a tackle. The dude scored on a bubble screen pass, something like that. And I was very frustrated. And so I had teammates just encouraging me and just reminding me that the game is still to be finished. And so we were still confident. We were all still pretty confident.
14 for 98 yards. One touchdown, one interception. Two receivers left, one on the right. Harris now on the shotgun. 3rd and 6 for LSU at the Tigers' 28-yard line. Snap to Harris, fakes the handoff, shoots it to the right, and it is incomplete, broken up, intended for Malachi Dupree. Right at the first down stick at the 34, the near side. Good work by the cornerback, Sojourn Shelton, and the Badgers get a stop.
And that was the play you were looking for. I think a first down there would have been really deflating. And just a simple one-on-one coverage, man-on-man, and you have your best defensive back going up, making a play, getting the ball out, getting the ball back for Wisconsin.
Both Tyndall and Shelton making plays on back-to-back throws in their area.
Josh Groudon on the punt. Jazz Peavy deep at the Badger 25. Snap to Groudon. Badgers get a little heat up the middle, and the kick is away. Did not hit it well again, and it will hit out of bounds at the far boundary. The freshman punter has had his issues for LSU today. Wisconsin will have very good field position. They'll mark it at the Badgers' 41-yard line. 31 yards on the punt, and we have a break in the action. 14:06 remaining at Lambeau Field. LSU 14, Wisconsin 13. This is Badger football from Learfield.
The Wisconsin football dream season is presented by American Family Insurance. A special thanks to American Family Insurance for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
You've been dreaming about this car since you were 8 policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
For news and updates about the Badgers, watch the Badger Sports Report. Tune in Sunday mornings at 10:30 for exclusive features and interviews, insight, and more. The Badger Sports Report, Sunday mornings at 10:30 on NBC 15 in Madison.
Ball at the 41 of the Badgers. They go south to north, right to left as we see it. 1st and 10. Wheelwright comes out to the right. Peavy to the left. Wheelwright now motions to the left. Backs off set. Clement the tailback. And here's the handoff to Corey. Straight ahead. Flag down. Clement 45-yard line and up near midfield. But flag thrown right in the area of holding. Badgers and Tigers both have been hit 3 times with penalties, each for 30 yards.
I think they're going to get a chop block.
Personal foul, chop block. Offense number 63 and number 20. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
Yeah, when one's engaged on a defender, it's a high-low. When one's engaged, the other can't get involved. That was the center, Michael Dieter, and the fullback, Austin Ramage. It's a very dangerous block. Looked like that was Devon Godshaw who was on the receiving end of it. So now it's 1st and 25. Badgers back at their own 26-yard line. Minute 5 gone by in the 4th quarter. 14-13 LSU. Houston will work out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Houston takes the snap, looking, fires over the middle. Ramage the catch, 30 up the middle, 35, angles right, and is brought down at the 37 to 38-yard line. So they're getting some of it back. Tre'Davious White on the tackle. They'll mark at the 37 of Wisconsin. 2nd down and 14.
And that was important there to have a really positive play because you don't want to squander the type of field position you got after the punt.
The original line of scrimmage was the Wisconsin 41. After the penalty, they get 11 of it back. 2nd and 14 for the Badgers at their own 37. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Houston back into the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking to throw, fires it over the middle. That's caught by Wheelwright. A rolling catch in front of Kevin Tolliver. Right at the stick. First down, Wisconsin. They'll mark at the 49 of LSU.
Again, tempo and rhythm. Ball comes out when he's been able to have the ball come out on time, and you hear Paul Chris talk about that a lot. He's had a lot of success. It's when you haven't had the guy open. And right there, Wheelwright made the catch where he didn't make it on the 3rd down the last time Wisconsin had the football.
Ogunbowale in the backfield now. 12:43 to play. 14-13 LSU. 1st and 10 for the Badgers at the Tigers 49. Handoff Ogunbowale up the middle, and he is spun down after a couple of yards. Duke Riley, senior inside linebacker, makes the play for LSU. They'll mark at the 47 of the Tigers. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
On the short time that we've seen Bart Houston, the one thing he does possess is the ability to move on to the next play, no matter what the last play was. And he kind of takes pride in that, so he flushes everything that went bad and just keeps moving forward, which you have to do.
Houston brings the offense back to the line of scrimmage. Ogunbowale remains the running back. Play fake Houston. Backside pressure from Arden Key, and Houston trying to get away. He cannot. Arden Key gets to the quarterback. D in last year, and in Dave Aranda's defense, moves to outside linebacker, 6'6". He runs well, and a blow by to the quarterback. Houston taken down at the Badger 46-yard line, now 3rd and 15.
It's a tough ask. You're having Troy Fumagalli try to block, this Arden Key has been all over the place today, and long levered guy, tough guy. You want to have your tackle out there. Tough matchup to ask Fumagalli to pick him up.
Badgers are 3 of 12 on 3rd down. Speaking of a big ask, this is one here, 3rd and 15. Badgers at their own 46. Out of the shotgun, Houston to throw against a 4-man rush, tight pocket, and the pass is high and incomplete. Intended for Jazz Peavy at the 43 of LSU, and the Badgers are forced to punt, down 1 with 11:15 left in the game. This was a promising start to a possession, but it turned sour quickly because of the chop block. To the exchange, the Badgers were going to have it at their own 41-yard line. The ball turned on the chop block. P.J. Rosowski is on to punt. Line of scrimmage, the Badgers' 46-yard line. Snap to Rosowski. No pressure, and the kick is away. White running up, signals for the fair catch, now lets it hit. It hits inside the 15, scooped up by Vince Beagle. Badger fans claiming it was touched. If it was, you can't advance it to the end zone. The question is, did White stay away from the football? Right now, they mark it at the 12-yard line of LSU. It might be worthy of another look to see if that might have clipped the right leg or the right foot of Tre'Davious White. Very, very close. We have 11:06 left in the game. LSU leading 14-13.
Well, I'm trying to see if the ball changed spin, because it would have to if you tipped it with your toe, wouldn't it? A little bit, maybe not. It's so hard to tell from the one camera angle that we have.
We're going to take a look at it. This is being reviewed. 11:06 remaining. 14-13. LSU leading Wisconsin. Well, if it missed Tre'Davious White, it missed him by an eyelash. We'll continue to look at it. Big 12 crew here today.
Now, one angle looks like he was able to just avoid contact with the ball. Some other angles are a little bit less certain.
The ruling on the field was that it was not touched. So you'll need indisputable video evidence that it was. 11:06 to play, 14-13 LSU. At the moment, the Tigers will be on offense starting at their 12. However, an overturn would have the Badgers in a golden spot, as Vince Beagle did pounce, and it would be Wisconsin football. Let's see how this review turns out. The Badgers' lone touchdown came on an overturned call. Corey Clement ruling on the field was that he was stopped just short of the end zone. was overturned for a score. Now the verdict on this call.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
So it'll be LSU ball at its own 12. 11:06 remaining, 14-13. The Tigers lead the Badgers. Big chance over this Badgers defense again. They have LSU deep in its own territory.
And they got a good roll on that punt nonetheless, so the defense needs to come up with a stand here.
Wide receiver combo of Dupree and Doral. Doral tight to the right, Dupree wide to the left. High backs behind the quarterback, Brandon Harris. Fournette is the tailback. Colin Jeter, the tight end, starts in motion. Now lines up in the right wing. Hand off to Fournette. Trying to scoot off to his left, has room. 15, breaks outside left to the 20. To the 25-yard line, Fournette to the 30-yard line, and Leo Musso finally steers him out of bounds. Fournette up to the 31-yard line on a gain of 19 yards.
The old cutback, take it across the grain. You're a little bit slow getting off your blocks, away from the point of attack, and Fournette takes advantage.
You just have to be so disciplined. You cannot, with a guy with his athleticism, you can't get out of gap. And right there, I think Vince Beagle actually got pushed down on contain. And you have an athlete like that, he just bounced it out and made it look pretty easy.
10:40 to play, 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 31-yard line. Fournette stays in at tailback. John David Moore, the fullback. And the handoff goes to Fournette, and he'll blast it up to the 34-35-yard line. Chikwe Obasi getting in there. Gain of about 3. Vince Beagle also getting a hat into the play. Gain of 3 for Fournette. 2nd down and 7 for LSU. Tigers lead 14-13 with 10:15 and counting remaining.
And there, Vince Beagle did a great job of keeping his contain and then finishing down the line and limiting Fournette's gain.
Garrett Dooley checking into the linebacking core now for Wisconsin.
TJ Watt motion to his hands, having a trainer take a look at it.
2nd down and 7 for the Tigers. Making the play clock, which is down to 4 seconds. Malachi Dupree wide left, motions to the formation. Harris, play fake, back to throw, pressured by Beagle. Harris steps up, backside heat, and now Beagle runs down Harris. Down goes Harris, a loss of 1. That'll be a sack. And it's 3rd down and 8 now for LSU at its own 33-yard line. 9:35 and counting left in the game.
Beagle needs to thank his teammate Sheehy for keeping that play alive, because Sheehy forced Harris back up in the pocket, and after Beagle missed him the first time, got him the second chance.
He was excited. You could see nobody blocked him, and he just came screaming up. But to his credit, did a great job of finishing.
Badgers go with the nickel package. Detrell Jamerson, the 5th DB. 9:13 and counting remaining. 14-13 LSU. Tigers have a 3rd and 8 at their own 33-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Pistol formation now. Fournette behind Harris. Harris takes the snap, back to throw, pressured, screen left. Caught by Fournette, brought down in the open field. Ryan Conley making the play as he takes down Fournette at the 36-yard line. Ooh, that was looking promising for LSU, and Ryan Conley was having none of it. Badger defense forcing another punt.
Well, I'll tell you what, Matt, if he doesn't get him down, there is a lot of daylight, and he beat the block of their left tackle to get out on it, or of their center actually. Just slipped that. If he doesn't do that, Fournette is still he's picked up that 1st down.
4th down and 5, line of scrimmage, the 36 of LSU. Josh Groudon on the punt. Snap clean, Badgers get some pressure on Groudon again, and the kick is away. Peavy the fair catch, and he'll make it at about the 22 or 23-yard line in Wisconsin territory. So the Badgers go back to work, a 42-yard punt from Groudon, and we have a break in the action.
Badger fans, join the American Family Insurance Badger Fam Club. Visit amfam.com/Badgers to enter for your chance to win Wisconsin football season tickets for 2021, including a VIP game day experience. A special thanks to American Family Insurance for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers. It's time to check out today's Images of Game Day, presented by Johnsonville. Those great images from today's Dream Season game were presented by Johnsonville. A special thanks to Johnsonville for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Compeer Financial has always been there for our clients and communities in any situation. And our support continues today as our clients work relentlessly to feed, clothe, and fuel the world. Compeer is proud to continue our strong commitment to our clients, the rural communities where they live, and to agriculture. We're here to help meet the financial needs of rural America, and we'll navigate through this together.
So here we go, Bart Houston and company starting at the Badger 23. Two receivers left, one on the right. Houston in the shotgun. Houston takes the snap. He'll give it to Clement, probing the left side. Now cuts it back up across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Rick Gilmore, the nose tackle, getting there for LSU. Gain of 3 for Clement. The Badgers have a 2nd down and 7 at their own 26. 7:55 and counting left in the game. Badgers down 1. They have all 3 of their timeouts. But keep in mind, LSU has just 1. If the Badgers can score and grab the lead, that could be very important. Evie and Wheelwright come out to the right. Offset eye behind Bart Houston, back under his center, Michael Dieter. Houston, little roll to the right, he'll throw to the right, and it's caught by Peavy, and he's forced out of bounds by Tre'Davious White. And that's right at the 1st down marker at the 33 of Wisconsin. 1st down for the Badgers. 7:29 to play. Clock stopped as they move the chain.
It's only the 2nd catch of the game for Peavy. I thought he was outstanding during training camp. Just had trouble getting any space on LSU's corners.
Peavy now slot to the left. They have Austin Ramish, the fullback, out wide left at the moment. Wheelwright to the right. Houston the shotgun. From the 33 of Wisconsin, 1st and 10. Snap to Houston, back to throw. Tight pocket, firing left side. Caught by Fumagalli at the 50 and brought down at the 47 of LSU. Safety Ricky Jefferson on the tackle. Fumagalli, the tight end, back in there. That's his 6th catch of the day. 7 minutes remaining. Badgers down 1, but they're on the move at the LSU 47.
And they're using the slot receiver, again in this case Peavy, to clear out a zone in the defense for LSU, and Fumagalli's finding that opening, that window.
And when you see a pass down the field like that, look at the protection. Really nice pocket for Bart Houston to step into.
20 yards on the pitch and catch. Quintez Cephas wide left, motions to the right, backs offset. Houston back under his center. Takes the snap. He'll give it to Ogunbowale to the 45. Slips through the 40. 35 still going, and bounced to the turf by Kendall Beckwith. Inside the 35 of LSU. They'll mark at the 33 of the Tigers as Dare Ogunbowale slipping through the first level in a 1st down run.
Again, they have just been wearing that power play out. They pull the right guard, lead the fullback up, kick out, pull up, and there was all kinds of space there for Dare Ogunbowale to run through.
Dare out, Corey Clement in. 6:15 to play. Badgers down 1, 1st and 10. At the LSU 33, handoff Clement, work on the left side, bounces outside, gets the edge to the 30. And Clement forced out of bounds, and a flag is down. He's thrown well off the ball here.
I think Tausch is reacting to the LSU player throwing up his hands, trying to decoy like he was being held. Is that what you're saying?
Here's a call.
Offense, number 85, 10-yard penalty, replay 1st down.
That is Xander Neville, who began camp as a defensive end. They had good depth there, and they needed more depth at the tight end spot. Neville, very athletic, made the move. Badger bench not happy at all with that call. That's a big one. It's now 1st and 20 for Wisconsin at the LSU 43.
It's a touchy call, but he also had his hands in his face, so that's a tough call.
6 minutes to play. Badgers down 14-13. 1st and 20. Eric Steffes, swing left, motions right, double wide to the right. Play fake, Houston drops the throw, drops it off to Fumagalli at the 45. He's to the 40, 35-yard line, lowers the pads, and down to the 31 of LSU. Dante Jackson, the sophomore cornerback, on the tackle. And they'll mark at the 32 of LSU. Gain of 11, 2nd down and 9 for Wisconsin. 5:30 to play, 14-13 LSU.
Is that Ramchak out in front of him? I think that was the left tackle who was able to pick up a man in between the numbers and the boundary, give him some room. Or that was Michael Dieter. Give him credit for getting out there.
Peavy wide right, wheel right, slot that way. Offset eye, Clement is the tailback from the LSU 32-yard line, 2nd and 9. Here's the handoff to Clement, bouncing it out to the left, trying to turn it back up, not much there. the 31-yard line, Michael Divinity, very highly regarded outside linebacker, a freshman, making a play. And the Badgers looking at a 3rd down and 8 at the LSU 31-yard line. This is field goal range for Gaglianone, but let's see if the Badgers can get a little deeper on the drive. Down 1 with 4:45 to play. 2 receivers right. Wheel right to the left. Houston in the shotgun. Ogunbowale to the left of the Wisconsin quarterback. Takes the shotgun snap and a handoff to Ogunbowale inside the 30 and down to about the 29 or 28-yard line. Beckwith is there. And a 4th down, and on comes Rafael Gaglianone to try to kick Wisconsin into the lead. Clock is running, 4:15 and counting left in the game. Let's go downstairs. Patrick, what's a wind like down there?
The wind has accelerated as the game has gone on. Outside the stadium, it looks like it's blowing in the opposite direction. In here, it's dead in his face. So he's kicking into the wind on this try.
47-yard field goal try for Gaglianone, just left of center. He kicked 2 game winners a year ago. Lions are down. Snap, spot, kick, in the air, and it is good! He hit it! Rafael Gaglianone kicks Wisconsin into the lead with 3:47 remaining.
In retrospect, that short run, too, by Ogunbowale moved the ball about 3 or 4 yards. What was that gain? Just 2 yards, but might have made a difference. It was positioned in the middle of the field. Sometimes those little things add up to big plays.
The little things add up, and I think that was another case. Don't make a mistake. We have a kicker that we really like. Give him a shot at it.
Timeout on the field, 3:47 remaining. Wisconsin 16, LSU 14. Back in a moment. This is Badger football from Learfield.
Check out today's Power Through moment presented by Alliant Energy.
47-yard field goal try for Gaglianone, just left of center. Spot, kick, in the air, and it is good! He hit it! Rafael Gaglianone kicks Wisconsin into the lead with 3:47 remaining.
That's today's Power Through moment presented by Alliant Energy. A special thanks to Alliant Energy for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
The COVID-19 pandemic has created challenging and unprecedented times as we seek to remain a leader in every aspect of our department. Now more than ever is the time we need your support. Please consider making a gift to help the Badgers continue raising trophies, developing student athletes that make us proud, and keep the world watching when we jump around.
Fans, keep tuning in. At the conclusion of the game, enjoy a classic 5th quarter presented by American Family Insurance. It's time to guess the attendance presented by Temperature Systems. Do you remember the attendance from today's Dream Season game? Thanks for playing Guess the Attendance presented by Temperature Systems. A special thanks to Temperature Systems for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
3:47 remaining. Badgers up by 2. Golden Doral, slot left, motions to the right. Harris, play fake, back to throw, has lots of time, lost it up, wide open, caught by Deshaun Smith. And he is chopped down near the 45-yard line, the mark of the 44 of LSU. Sojourn Shelton on the tackle, and that's a 1st down on a gain of 19 for the Tigers. Sean Smith, senior. 4 catches last year. Clock running, 3:33 to play. 1st and 10 LSU at its own 44-yard line. Harris under his center, Ethan Posick. Play clock at 10. Harris takes the snap. Again, a play fake. Little backside pressure. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. T.J. Watt putting the heat on the quarterback and forcing the misfire. It's 2nd and 10 LSU at its own 44 with 3:15 to play. Badgers up by 2.
Pretty good battle between K.J. Malone and T.J. Watt. Just got there in the nick of time, pulled down Harris.
Great effort, because that was not poorly blocked by the mailman's son. It was a nice job of Watt to throw his body in there to get that throw off kilter.
Two receivers right, one to the left. 2nd and 10 LSU at the Tigers 44. 16-14 Wisconsin with 3:15 remaining. Harris in the shotgun, takes the snap. Badgers bring a little heat on Harris, throwing left. That's caught in the immediate hit at the 48 or 49 yard line. Jack Sitchie getting right on Traven Doral. They'll mark at the 48 or 49 yard line. We'll place it at the 48 of LSU. Gain of 4, 3rd and 6 for the Tigers. Clock running, 2:55 to play.
Since they've utilized Deshaun Smith as their tight end, they've got another receiving option. Jeter was not a receiving threat. He gives them another player downfield.
Harris 11 of 19, 124 yards today. 1 interception, 1 touchdown. Two receivers right, one on the left. 3rd and 6, Tigers, their own 48-yard line. Shotgun snap to Harris. Looking, throws to the right. Dupree, the catch, driven back. But forward progress will get him the first down. Jamerson on the coverage. They'll mark at the Wisconsin 45-yard line. 2:30 to play. Clock stops to move the sticks. Big 3rd down conversion for LSU. Only the second one the Tigers have converted today. Closer and closer to field goal range for Colby De La Houssaye. 2:17 to play. Badgers up 2. LSU a 1st and 10 at the Badger 45. Two receivers left, one on the right. Harris in the shotgun. Play clock at 10. Game clock now at 2:05. Play clock at 5. Harris takes the snap, gives to Fournette, breaks through to the 40, to the 35, to the 30-yard line, and he gets cartwheeled into the air by Leo Musso. They'll mark at the 30 of Wisconsin. First down LSU with 1:56 to play.
Fournette limping off the field, hopping off the field.
He just got flipped into the air at the end of that run by Leo Musso. So now Darius Geis will come in. They would be in field goal range now for De La Houssaye. 1:38 to play. Badgers up 2. LSU driving. Two receivers left, one on the right. Harris back into the shotgun. Play clock is at 5. At 4. Harris takes the snap. Penalty markers fly. This will be a false start, I think, against LSU, left side of the line.
Will Clapp, 64, reacted to the blitz coming. He flinched.
Here's a call.
False start. Offense. Number 64. 5-yard penalty. First down.
1:24 remaining. And now that puts LSU on the edge of field goal range. 2 years ago, as we mentioned, De La Houssaye hit a game winner of 50 against Florida. Clock running, 1:18 remaining, 16-14 Wisconsin. 1st and 15 LSU at the Badgers 35-yard line. Two receivers left, one on the right. Back into the shotgun is Harris. Darius Geis, the running back, to the right of the quarterback. Badger defenders dancing around the line of scrimmage. Snap to Harris, back to throw. Under pressure, he spun away from Beagle. Harris throws to the left, and it's picked off! It's picked off by Dakota Dixon inside the 30-yard line of Wisconsin. Penalty markers flying from all angles after the play. Oh, what a big play by the defense, which has been spectacular all day long. And Dakota Dixon picks them off late at Lambeau Field.
You know, the game ends with Dakota Dixon and the pick, and then the personal foul after and all that. But I'm in the office Sunday, and something caught my attention out on the field, and I remember looking up, and it was 6:37, and I looked out there, and there was Dakota, and he had a tackling sled out there, and he was working on tackling. I texted him and said, just come up, I see you on the field, come up afterwards. And it was kind of an interesting moment for me, because I was thinking, here's a guy that, should have had one of the best days and nights, and yet, he couldn't sleep. And the first thing he was doing Sunday morning was he was out working on that because he missed a couple tackles, which is awesome. And also kind of scared me, like if we lost sight of all this. And that was a foreshadowing for me of who Dakota Dixon is. And I think that's what's beautiful about the game, is it, all those things that the game gives you, not just that game, the game of football. And it's, in the end, Chris Orr overcomes adversity. Ryan Connolly takes advantage of it. Dakota Dixon it's never good enough. There's a great picture of Jack Sitchie, doing the Lambeau leap, and there's one of Dari, and I'm thinking that's something that can't ever be taken away from them. Those are the best memories that I have from that game.
Victory formation at 57 seconds with LSU with just one timeout. The Badgers can take a snap and a knee. Victory formation continues. Good exchange. Center to quarterback. And now the clock is running as Houston took the knee. Game clock at 45. When it sweeps under 40, they need just the one more snap. And it'll be quite a party for Badger fans. It's been all weekend. And it'll continue well into the night. 35 seconds and counting left in the game. 16-14. Wisconsin leads LSU. One more snap. Game clock at 25. Houston takes a look at it. Under his center, Michael Dieter. There's the snap, there's the knee, and there is a big, big win for the Wisconsin Badgers here at Lambeau Field in Green Bay as the Badgers defeat LSU 16-14.
Well, the game had everything with a 75-degree sunny day at Lambeau Field, a drive late in the game, Rafael Gaglianone with the field goal, Dakota Dixon with the interception. Just, Mike, a perfect way to start the 2016 season.
Wasn't it fun, too, seeing all the players execute their own Lambeau leaps? And it's cliche, but true. This was a team effort because all of the units contributed. The offense was very opportunistic and controlled the clock. The defense was extremely physical and harassed the LSU quarterback, Brandon Harris. And then special teams, Rafael Gaglianone was 3 for 3. Well, let's not forget P.J. Rosowski, who, after shanking his first punt, had a couple of clutch kicks in the second half. The ball was down the 2 and the 12-yard line after the Badgers fell behind. So he altered field position in addition to having 3 touchbacks out of 4 kickoffs. So each of those single components contributed.
Yeah, it was a great day, and it was an electric post-game atmosphere, at least among Badger fans in the stands at Lambeau Field, as well as on the field itself. And Chris Hall, on that day, was able to catch up to a couple of the victorious Badgers.
Hey, I said it the first time, man. I believe in Wisconsin. We have a great team, man. I believe in these young men in the locker room. When we were here last time in Green Bay in spring, I told them I believe in you guys. It's these men in this locker room. That's all. It doesn't matter. All the outside noise doesn't matter. It's the men in this locker room, the men on this field today. Hey, we got to give it to them. We played our hearts out. Give credit to LSU. They came back, and sure happy to come home with a win.
We talked to you for months about this schedule. What can a game like this do for the next few weeks?
Man, it just propels us. Continue to build the momentum. We'll break down the film. Obviously some things to improve on, but man, that's a good start.
No third downs for them until the end of the third quarter. My goodness, what were you guys doing to really slow down? We talked about a high-powered offense.
Hey, Coach Wilcox put in a phenomenal game plan. These guys went out here and executed every single play. Give it to the young men on the defense. We came out ready to ball.
I'll tell you, we play better when we play great opponents. Yeah. And there's nothing that is too big for us. And we come out every day, we practice so hard, and we live for these moments right here. So I love all the fans and the travel that support us. And we do great in front of them because of all their energy that they give to us. I can only thank the O-line, defense for what they did. It was a heck of a game.
You said you wanted to put this team on your back and play with a purpose this year. Yeah. Looks like it was from the first snap. You ran for about 7 yards, I think. That's where it started, right?
Oh, yeah. I was just feeding off of last year. I'm like, I got to make a statement as soon as I get this ball right now. So all hats off to my coach for making great calls all game. So I'm pretty happy where we're at. But 1-0 is a great thing to leave. So we're looking for 2-0 now.
What was going on that sideline after those turnovers? 14-point swing in 67 seconds. You guys collected yourselves and regrouped. What was it like over there?
We just had to make some adjustments, and it was, yeah, cut the hair too. So I guess that was the key. So, it was a lot of halftime adjustments and things in between the plays we just had to correct, and we did our job.
Players will always tell you they love that big-time game, and when you get one right out of the gate, all the hype, all the build-up, that starts several months before. It was game 1 of the season, Mike, but what a way to get things started in a great venue like Lambeau.
Plus, consider the odds against Wisconsin beating number 5 LSU. This was an unranked Badgers team coming into this season with so many question marks on personnel.
and even in the coaching department with the loss of Aranda and the replacement in Justin Wilcox. But they answered all those questions to a certain degree, and it really sets the table up for what might be the toughest schedule in the country.
Yeah, no doubt. And the Badgers delivered on a perfect day in Green Bay, Wisconsin. 16-14, the Badgers knock off LSU. Tune in to social media on Monday when we let you know Game 2 of the Badger football dream season presented by American Family Insurance.